Happy New Year, ninjas. You already know. Happy, happy New Year. Happy 2025. Ninjas are going to be ninjas. White people are going to be white people. Pajits are going to be Pajits. ah, I feel so bad for my Caucasian brethren right now. Too many before I start going in on the ninjas, I gotta go in on the particularly the Caucasian conservatives. There's a sector of Caucasian conservatives. They were way too focused on the ninjas that they let the Pajits go off the hook for so long. Now ninjas are not even it's not they're not even a factor anymore. But because they focus way too much on the ninjas, the Pajits have taken advantage of that, and now they are in a position of leverage. So I just want to say to the Caucasian conservatives, you have nobody but yourselves to blame on that. But that's not me gloating. I've been saying this for a long time. Silly old me. What do I know? What do I know? But anyways, man, shout out to you guys, man. What's up, Pyro? What is up, man? But yeah, man. Shout out to you guys. You already know. But hold on. Let me give you a different type of overlay real quick. Let me give you a different type of overlay, man. Happy New Year's to any new tuners coming in. I also will be doing another live stream tomorrow around what 2 or 3 o'clock. I want to do a 2-hour stream around 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock. But my dumb ass didn't schedule yet. But I guess I'm gonna have to do it after the live stream. But I will have that scheduled tomorrow. But let me load up this overlay for you to set up the mood, because this stuff is getting embarrassing. I hope this is the right picture though. I hope this is the right picture. But let me load up this overlay for you, man. Let me load up this overlay for you, man. There we go. Hope y'all know who that, because I don't even really know who that is. But he is I guess a young streamer. So according to Pyro, they say that Young Dabo, I guess he reviews music or whatever. A young streamer, But man, these streamers, because these guys are the new celebrities. So a lot of their L's that they're taking, particularly when it comes to broads on their show, they need guidance. Because these are the new celebrities. Like, Hollywood is not Hollywood no more. Hollywood isn't Hollywood no more. Hollywood isn't Hollywood anymore. So now the Twitch streamers, the YouTubers, these are the new A-list celebrities. Guys like Kai Cenat, right? Speed. These people, these are the new A-list streamers, right? What's it? XQC, Ninja, right? What's the most popular YouTuber's name? Mr. Beast. All these guys. These are the new A-list. Let me see. Pyro says the album's so good, he be shedding tears on stream. Oh, he's one of those guys. He's a Playboy Cardi fan. Oh Lord. But anyways, it's good to see somebody like that, do well in life. But guys like, I don't know how old is Young Dabo? Pyro, can you put in the chat how old is he, and it will put things into perspective. Because I don't know if you saw, because with the picture that I'm showing you right now, that's the video where he tried to kiss his girl and she was just like, no. Oh Lord have mercy, man. I was just like, oh my God. I'm like, y'all young ninjas, particularly the young ninja streamers, because I be seeing these dudes, and I'm not hating. I swear I'm not hating. They be having these broads on, like it's not just them with their girlfriends on stream. I just be seeing them with just broads on their streams, and I'm like, they don't even realize they putting themselves in danger, like just straight danger. Crazy, crazy, crazy. You see, he said he's most likely 17. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Cause he don't know, man. He don't know. He don't know. Yeah, he don't know. Young Dabble. Let me look up his age real quick. Young Dabo age. Yep, 17 years old and four. They say they got the exact date. They say he's 17 years old and 4 months old. Right? So they say he was born August 19th, 2007. That's crazy to me. That's crazy. 2007, I still remember what I was doing in 2007. I wasn't in middle school by that time, but still I remember like in 2007, I still remember being fairly conscious at that age. Like when I talk about 2006, 2007, those are some of my favorite years in my life. So I'm looking at YouTube right real quick. Let me take this overlay off. Real quick. Um let's take this overlay off. Let me take this overlay off real quick. Okay, so I got his Google up right now. So they're saying he's the most, like you said, Pyro, he's the most emotional reactor, I guess. So I guess that's how he gets his lick, by reacting emotionally to music um on his page. Okay. So that's what he is. Let me see. Relatable social media personality and YouTube content creator who rose to fame through the use of his self-titled channel. He publishes reactions to popular hip-hop artists, new music releases, music videos, and more. He has more than 600,000 subscribers. And man, wow. Wow. And to be at the age of 17 and already have that kind of clout. Now, hold up. Let's bring up, let me see, young Dabo. Let me bring up his girlfriend. Young Dabo girlfriend. Man, I keep telling you, when ninjas get money, this is the type of I keep telling you, when they start getting clout, man, when are y'all gonna start listening to me on this, man? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Y'all gonna have to start giving me my props on this. And I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm not saying it's impossible, but when the particularly dark skinned ninjas, when they start getting some clout or some paper, these it's I'm saying paper or clout, they go after these type of bitches. Those is always gonna be a light skin Latina ish look. It's gonna be a light skin Latina looking, racially ambiguous looking girl. I keep telling you, this is when ninjas get on their feet, or they start getting clout, or they they get a little bit popular in high school. That's what they be trying. You know what I mean? Hey man, that's what they go after. That's what they go after, you know? But that's just, keep trying to tell them. Truth Hunter said, Black don't crack. Friends, Gramps looks 40s and the guy's in his 70s. Well, it depends, because I'm a very older looking person. But the irony is now, because of my frame and like what ends up what's happening to me right now is the worst thing ever, because when I was in high school people told me how older looking I was, but now the older I get, and now I'll be somewhere and I'll be with a bunch of uh like if I this is how it works. If I shave all the way, right? Because I always try to keep a beard on me, but what's it? I think what year was this? I think this was 2020. I think this was last year. I think this was last year. I was with a girl my age, but she thought I was like, when she met me for the first time, she was startled. So this was, yeah, this got to be either year 20. This had to be either the end of the year 2022 or just the beginning of the year 2023. It blurs together. But anyways, she was 24. I was, well, yeah, I had to be 24, but I remember she was exactly my age. And she was like, "Oh my," she was like, "What are you?" She thought I was lying about my age. So now the girls my age think I'm way younger. But then when I was in high school, they thought I was way older. It's the worst thing, bro. You're just like, bro, that joint is that is that's the worst. Because what happened is when I was younger, I went through puberty early. So they always thought I was older. So even when I remember being on a date, I was 21, she was 19. I always mention this story. I was with a white girl. She was 19, I was 21. But when the people saw me in public with her at the movies, they thought I was like her sugar daddy or something. Right? But this is the stuff that happens. But now the older that I'm getting, maybe I don't know if I'm, but it's or I don't know. I think it's the certain kind of hairstyles or the certain, if I shave a certain way, I fit right in. I fit right in. It just depends what setting I'm in. You know what I mean? So that's the problem when you look older when you're younger. But then when you're younger, but once you get older, you still basically look the same way. You know. So I've always looked like I'm 26 years old. I've always looked like I'm 26. I always look like I'm 25. I always look like I'm in my mid 20s. So when I was even like I remember even when I was like, yeah, even when I was 19, 20, they'll be like, "Oh, I thought you were like 24, 25, 26." But now people are saying, "Oh, I look like I'm in my." Now people think I'm a college student. Or some even I remember one chick thought I was like way younger, where she thought she thought I was lying about my age. So this is the this is what happens, unfortunately, when you look older when you're younger. Truth Hunter says, "Yo, I was mistaken as older too when I was 16, and this pastor who was trying to get more people in the church asked where my wife was." Similar has happened to me. Similar has happened to me. People be thinking like I already have kids and stuff at one point in my life. Yeah, people like I remember I would work. You could ask. I don't know if Ainsley's in the chat, but You could ask him when I was working with him. You could ask him like the people that I work with. They thought they always joked that I looked like a dad. I already looked like I had kids. Truth Hunter says, asked him how old he thought I was. He said late 20s. Yep. So I've always looked that way. Always looked that way. But anyways, let's go into before we even go in on the streamers, let's go on in on some random stuff. Let's go in on some random stuff, man. Low key, we have a fire lineup of just random videos, random stuff that we can poke fun of. But man, I don't know, these streamers, they're killing me, man. These streamers, they're really killing me. I need they need we need to do better. We definitely need to do better, and we'll definitely get more into that later on in the show. Now, I want to bring up what's her name? Nala Ray. I don't have the tab open. Let me just open up the tab because I got a Nala Ray video to show you guys. Oh man. Just want to poke fun of the conservatives real quick. I probably will make a separate video on this. I might make a separate video on this later on in life. I was supposed to do it earlier on in life, but I didn't feel like it. Here we got Nala Ray here. She is going to speak on how Christians are not accepting her for what she is, and how, or just people are just not in general not accepting her grift, and she's going to complain about it. Because regular people are kind of like, you're grifting. And even some, and you'll have even some Christians, even though she has overwhelming support, she's just going to focus on the people like us, which is really the minority, people like us with two eyes, right? In this space that's just like, nah, she's capping, she's grifting. So anybody that remembers Nala Rage, this was the former, OnlyFans model. First of all, I don't even know if she really deleted her OnlyFans page, but this is the former OnlyFans model that, uh, infamously was on the whatever podcast bragging about robbing men and doing all this stuff and taking men's money and doing OnlyFans, doing spicy film content. And now she's quote unquote converted, right? And now she's going to complain about the same set conservatives that she's trying to trick. But anyway, fair use. Let's speed up the video a little bit. I don't know if she's gonna because some TikTok creators are stingy about this stuff. But fair use, by the way, fair use.
Okay, so I don't even know if I should laugh or laugh even harder because this is absolutely hilarious to me. So number one, I have no idea who this woman is. Her name is Laura Loomer. Anyway, somebody sent this to me and I'm crying laughing over this. These OnlyFans girls can pray their slutty behavior away all they want. They will never be respectable no matter how much they cry to God. Praying to be a respectable person doesn't work once you do sex work. It's best that we shun women like this from society forever. I think I honestly find this so funny because it's like,
well, I don't know who Laura Loomer is. I guess she's a TradCon woman, but basically she's saying that there's a pattern of OnlyFans women or OnlyFans girls. Their pattern is they get all the money that they can, and then once they reach their peak earning potential, they basically stop, and then they tell other girls don't do OnlyFans while they convert and keep all their money. And then they convert to Christianity and act like they was being taken advantage of, and how they found the light. It's a clear pattern that we're seeing, and I guess that's what she's trying to point out. And Nala Ray is gonna get upset about that.
Society forever. I think I honestly find this so funny because it's like, once again, another person is trying to act holier than I am when you are not even willing to put out your own personal details of your life, as in like the things you struggled with, the shame that you've borne because of the things that you have done in your life. However, I am fully well aware of all the things that I'm putting out on the internet because I want other people to see that, like, hey, listen,
Well, Nala, I don't think I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. Was she talking specifically to you? Let me see something real quick. Was she talking specifically to you? Oh, she technically was. Let me see. But it was a reaction to the video Nala Ray did with Michael Knowles, the conservative simp. I don't know if you remember Michael Knowles. Remember when he was where he was the conservative simp that was arguing with Just Pearly. Just Pearly was saying like, "Yo, we need to have paternity tests," and Michael no mandatory paternity tests, and Michael Knowles was like, "No, why do I need one?" And just like, are you serious? This is where we at right now. But anyway, so Michael Knowles, he's the type of conservative, simp that's gonna fall for anything. But it looks like Laura Loomer, when she was talking about OnlyFans girls, she wasn't just talking about Nala Ray. She was just talking about OnlyFans girls in general. But Nala Ray was she was convicted. She sounds very convicted, you know.
so funny because it's like, once again, another person is trying to act holier than I am when you are not even willing to put out your own personal details of your life, as in like the things you struggled with, the shame that you've borne because of the things that you have done in your life. However, I am fully well aware of all the things that I'm putting out on the internet because I want other people to see that, like, hey, listen, I could not take away my own sin. God sent his son to die on the cross, a perfect lamb, to cover the debt that I owed. That is as simple as it gets. A negative does not cancel out a positive. That is why God sent his son in human form to save us. So
Also, it's I always say, particularly when it comes to 304s, but really Christians in general, but I'll say for Christian 304s, you can't trust a woman specifically like a Nala Ray. The reason why you can't trust a Nala Ray is because she grew up in the church. So remember, remember when I did that the live on Nala Ray and we did a full profile on her. Remember, this is her father is a pastor, right? So she grew up in a religious family, so she knows this stuff in and out, and yet she still decided to become a 304. So women like that, where she's kind of using Christianity as a spare tire when she wants to dive, like she always knew she could just jump back to that if things don't work out. Women like converts like that, you can't trust them because she already kind of knows. Like she speaks. I've picked up this phrase when I was a kid. She speaks fluent Christianese. I don't know if you ever heard of that phrase before. I remember somebody said that when I was a kid. And I thought, I'm like, that was dope as hell. Um, so she speaks fluent Christianese. So she knows the type of lingo, the type of lingo. She knows how to sound the part. So she knows how to, like, if she were to come back, she knows all the right things to say, the verses to say, and all that stuff. This is as fake as a Christian as it gets. You know what I mean? So Christians like that, no disrespect to the religion. You know what I mean? No disrespect to the religion, but when it comes to converts like that, those are the ones you really can't trust. Now, the ones that don't seem to be that bad to me are the ones that they never really knew about the religion, and then they'll like convert like in life, right? And it's like they never heard of the religion, but then they hear it and then they get converted. That's more of a genuine type of convert than somebody like this who kind of grew up in it already and she kind of used it as, oh, I can just do this later on in life if things don't work out. People like that you really can't trust, especially if they go on a tirade like this, or on a crusade like Nala Ray is doing, where she's basically trying to talk down all the other conservatives that don't trust what she's doing. Because if it was really genuine, she'd be quiet. She would, first of all, her OnlyFans page would be taken down completely. Like everything would be taken down. All the money she made, she would have gave it to some like I know, like, people that were, that maybe they grew up in a church, right? But then they became drug dealers, but then they quote unquote found God, and then they'll take the drug dealing money, and then they'll just give it to the church or whatever, just to make up for it. Like, she hasn't done nothing like that. You know what I mean? That's why it's just like, it's really hard for me to take somebody like that seriously. But like I say, Nala Ray is a very good scam artist because she already knows the Christianese lingo. She knows how to play the part. She can speak the part very, very, very well. Very well. It's scam artists like that are very crafty,
So it's like, number one, are we Amish too? Like, why are we shunning? Like, number one, you've never had a conversation with me in real life or on the internet. And the difference, again, is the fact that I wear my shame on the outside. I am not afraid of others to literally see me for who I am. But the people like you who continue to call me by my sin is exactly what the devil does.
And there's a reason why, spicy film, like Mia K? Mia K knows she can't even go back to the nation. Like, she knows she can't go back to being a Muslim. She can't. She can't. It's impossible. But people like Nala Ray, other OnlyFans artists, creators that, quote unquote converted back to Christianity and whatnot, they always know they have, Christianity in their back pocket to grift off of when everything else doesn't work out, or once they reach their peak, they know they could always, oh, I found God again. And it's always around that age, 26, 25, 27, always around that 27-ish age, you know what I mean? So especially, like, you talk about 27, 28, 29, they always seem to quote unquote find God during that time, very convenient, you know. Yeah. Shout out to South Holland, man. Happy New Year's to you. Happy 2025. Yep. South Holland said that Christianity was her backup man. Facts. Truth Hunter says, yes, she's shielding herself with religion and a F ton of makeup. Fact. She got a lot of makeup on, dog. And by the way, her husband that she just found, that dude, whatever, I think his name is Jordan, at her church, whatever. That dude, people, there's something that y'all Christian dudes are gonna have to admit that y'all are some porn addicts. Y'all are some spicy film content addicts. I think I think Christian men are the biggest consumers of pornography. I think they're the biggest consumers of pornography because, bruh, to wipe up somebody like that just that instantly, yeah. Oh man. Oh yeah. She found a husband. Yeah, like literally right when she converted. And oh yeah, because I don't know, South Holland. Did you watch that stream when I covered Nala Ray? I don't, maybe you didn't watch that stream, but I think I covered that part where she literally, when I showed the video, where she was talking about when she met her husband and blah blah blah, and her husband came on afterwards on the whatever podcast too, to talk about her her conversion, right? Yeah, but yeah, maybe it wasn't that specific stream, but I do remember showing that video where she was talking about her husband, and then her husband defending her and all that stuff. I said Christians are the biggest consumers of pornography. Christian men, they're definitely the biggest consumers of pornography. There's no if ands and buts about it. Because remember when I told you guys, remember before the stats even came out, I was trying to tell you guys it's not the incels that are um giving these OnlyFans people money. I was trying to tell you, I'm like, it's got to be married dudes. And then the stats came out. It's literally like a month later after I said that. A month later, then the stats come out. 90% of the male subscribers of OnlyFans are married men. 90%. That's wild. First of all, that's 90% of the male subscribers are married men. I knew it was high, but 90%. I said, God damn. Because people want to blame like the incels or like the young men for the young men that are not going out and dating. They want to blame these dudes for everything. But I was like, nah, that no. I'm like, the young men today, they're not spending their money on OnlyFans models. On only I said they're spending their money on Fortnite, V-Bucks, 2K VC, FIFA Ultimate Team points. That's what they spending their money on, video games and stuff like that. And upgrades on Call of Duty and skins, Fortnite skins. and that's what they spending their money on. And yeah, that's what they're not spending their money on OnlyFans girls for the most part. And you know who else outside of the married men that are spending their money on OnlyFans broads? Those fresh and fit fans. Those fresh and fit fans that be talking all that ish in the chat, talking all that ish in the chat, but then be but be following these IG models and these OnlyFans models later on, simping. South Holland said, yes, religious people are the biggest consumers because of sexual repression. Exactly. It's the same thing. Like when you really look at the dating market or who's doing most of the damage out here, it's not really single people. It's not even really single girls, to be quite honest with you. I'm being for real. If anybody that's in the workforce, the people that be doing most of the screwing around I'm talking about from my vantage point, it'd be married dudes and married women doing a lot of the damage out here in the dating market. That be doing a lot of the screwing around. It's a lot of them are a lot of them are married. Ask any nurse. Ask any, or if anybody that's still working, that's in the workforce, ask any like single girl at their job who's doing most of the screwing. It's gonna be a married guy. The guy's gonna be probably married. Trust me, it's about three dudes messing with most of the women at work, and two out of the three of the dudes are probably married. And then half, and then about 60% of the women being screwed with are either married or taken. It's not really the single women or the single men doing the screwing around. It's the women and men that are taken. So it's basically it's basically the married men and then the married women and the taken girls. Those are the ones doing most of the damage out here. Facts. Facts. Doing most of the screwing around. Facts. Trust me, man. Trust me. And when it comes to religious people, particularly the Christians, they are not, they're in the year 2024, a lot of them are still not um mature enough when it comes to the sex conversation. It's either they're not mature enough for it or they go completely to the left. They're either too conservative about the sex conversation or they're all the way left. So meaning they're too liberal about it where they have no boundaries, or they're all the way to the right where they're talking about, oh man, we must ban pornography completely. So the ones that you hear the loudest that are always the loudest about we need to ban pornography. it needs to be those are the ones that have those are the ones that watch it the most. Those are the conservative dudes that watch pornography the most. The ones that usually yell the loudest about how we need to completely ban pornography. Those are the ones that have the worst pornography addiction. Right? Happy New Year, young Doka. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Exactly. Pyro said incels don't pay for corn. There's literally websites that you can get full access videos for free. Yeah, like for me, I don't get it. I don't get why somebody would pay for OnlyFans, but I understand the psychology behind it. And I know and once you start diving into these things, you actually understand why married dudes have to pay for the OnlyFans things. And that's something I can explain later on. But let's finish this video of Nala Ray spurging out.
So keep it up by all means. By all means, I'm going to continue spreading the word of God and what God did for me. I am in no way a prophet, an apostle, a disciple. I am just here to share the good news. The good news is what Christ did in my life by radically saving me. So continue to judge. I don't care. There are so many out there like you, Laura, so many. And I truly hope that one day you can find Christ. You can experience the love of God that I did at the level I did, because none of us are perfect. Absolutely none of us, and least of all me. So maybe that is why you're judging me, because you never did sex work. But believe it or not, that's not the worst sin. All sin is something that separates you from Christ. So go through your life really quick in your head before you get to Judgment Day and think about the things that you have done.
Remember what TD Jake said when he remember when TD Jakes was like, look, even if it was all true, the blood covers all of that. I was like, whoa, time out here. Should I bring up that video game? He's like, where TD Jakes was. I did a video on that where TD Jakes was like, even if all of that was true, what they said on the news about me, the blood could cover all that. And this is the problem with Christianity, and this is why Christianity is not. I'm sorry to any of the Christian listeners of my channel, because I have people that follow me that are like, they're like, they're really heavy in the religion. But I'm sorry this is why Christianity is not the religion of the future. It's just not. Corey Holcomb said it best when he was talking about Christianity. Any religion that doesn't require discipline is some sucker shit. It's some sucker ish. That's what Corey Holcomb said. Corey Holcomb said, this is when he was on the Zoe Williams show. He said any religion that doesn't require discipline, the person is basically running game on you. It's not. It. He said that's the program that I'm out here running. That's what Corey Holcomb said. But unfortunately, Christianity has become a drive-through type of religion. There's no respect behind it. Where somebody like Anala Ray, who's clearly grifting, could still gallivant around like she is what she says she is, even though she's not.
And said, even on social media, that have separated you from Christ. Because that is the scary part about it. Not judging me. You can judge me all you want. I do not care, my girl. I do not care. But take the plank out of your own eye before you try to help somebody with a plank in theirs. God
bless. Oh man. But I can't believe Michael Knowles, fell for it. I can't believe he fell for it, man. When we're talking about a clear 304, like a clear 304. It's without a doubt. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Without a doubt. She's a clear, without a doubt, she's a clear grifter. Or without a doubt, she's definitely a clear grifter. Let me see if I missed anything in the chats. But yeah, Happy New Year to you two, young Doka. He said them MFs not spending money on OF girls, they might do pay for play. No, not even that. Because even when it comes to pay for play, if you ask S workers or women in that profession, strippers, uh S workers, escorts, contours, they'll tell you their biggest clientele, their biggest male clients are married men. Not even taken men, just married men. Married men is their biggest clients. Like these, like the new young generation, if they don't have a girlfriend, whatever, they're just gonna stay home, play their video games. Some are saving their money, some are not, but they're not spending their money. I can guarantee most of them are not spending their money on OnlyFans broads. They're staying home, not dating, and opening up. And then if they need to jack one off, they're just gonna open up one of those websites for free and then do their business and move on with their life. That's what really the new younger men are doing. They don't really see the uh the trade-off. They don't really see the trade-off of chasing broads that don't want them. So Young Doka said, "Is this girl the same girl who had red hair and was making faces on the whatever podcast with an OF?" Yes, that's the same girl. Nala Ray. That's the same girl. Yeah. Yeah. Yep, that's the one that I did the whole live stream on. Let me see if I can maybe bring it up on my YouTube channel to show you guys real quick. Because I don't trust her at all, particularly because of her background, because she grew up, because she legitimately she grew like she's a pastor's daughter. Her father's a pastor. She comes from a religious family. So her quote unquote her conversion back is not genuine to me. Those are the Christians that you cannot trust at all because she knows how to speak the part, but is she really what she says she is? You know what I mean? Let me see if I can. How many months ago was that stream that I did when I did that stream? How many months ago was that? How many months ago was that? Yeah, right here. Right here. Right here. I don't know if you can let me see if I can zoom in on it. Let me see if I can zoom in. Oh shoot. I probably zoomed in too much. I probably zoomed in too much. Uh yeah, I zoomed in too much. But yeah, that's the girl with the red hair. You know, girl with the red hair making these weird faces right here. The one I said TradCon artists are slow, that live stream. Yeah, right here. So that's her. But anyways, anywho, let's pop up with another video before I start getting into these streamers. Before I start getting into these streamers, this let me just pull this up. Let me just do a quick 2-minute PSA because I don't understand what's going on with a lot of these passport bros. So I don't know. People probably have seen this, but there's a fifth. So somebody, you know, a quote unquote a 59-year-old passport bro. He's gone viral because he he had this 28-year-old chick from the Philippines. Was dating her. Married her but like basically you know brought but he brought her back to the States and then she filed for divorce right after gaining the citizenship, and he's like devastated apparently. So let me just give a quick PSA to the passport bros to oh my god, because this is getting annoying. Because I thought we were very clear when we said this. Well, hold on. I saw something that Young Doka said. He said TD Jake said that. Yes, he did say that. I can show you this right after this PSA. I can show you this right after this PSA. Just remind me. He did say that. And I remember showing it to the I made a video about that. But let me make a PSA to the passport bros or the people. Guys, when you're dating these chicks from the outside, it's not love. When you going overseas, it's so you can find agreeable women to date and less of the drama that you're dealing with Americans. But one of the main advantages of you experiencing the advantages is if you stay in that country. You're not supposed to bring them back to America. You're supposed to date them and stay over there. You're not supposed to bring him back. I don't know who, bruh. You're not supposed to bring him back here. We already have plenty of examples. No matter what country you're dating them from, if you bring them back here, it's over for you. You're supposed to have your fun. You stay over there, and then you come back here with her still over there. I think the problem, men can be very selfish because they don't want like Corey Holcomb is right. Like dudes will just try to cuff a chick and try to make something out of nothing because really you don't want nobody else to screw with her. But you gotta understand what she is. And I'm looking at the photo, and it looks like to me he wifed up a 28-year-old Filipino single mom. So he's even so he that's double stupid on his end. But bottom line to the passport bros before I exit out of this, you don't bring them back here. You date them, but you stay over there. Or if you do want to marry a Filipino wife, a wife from Thailand, Colombia, etc. All these other countries, right? Or in a country where the marriage laws are in the men's favor, right? The point of dating these women or marrying these women, you have to stay over there with them. You can't bring them back to America. They're going to play you. They're literally going to file divorce once they get that citizenship. But I guess nobody, unfortunately, nobody told the poor man, the memo. That's wild, man. But just in case if there's any passport bros in the chat, just understand you're not supposed to bring him back to America. I don't care what country you brought him from. I don't care how nice and honorable and whatever. Do not bring them back here. I don't even care how much money you got. Do not bring them back here. Man. So Young Doka said Christianity requires discipline in specific branches like Roman Catholic and Orthodoxy. It is as strict as is Islam, if not more. The problem is 75%, if not more, of all Christians have even read the word. Like, yeah, if you go to the average like American church, they don't even use a Bible, dog. Like even like with TD Jakes, if you seen a TD Jakes like sermon, he rarely used the Bible, if ever. That's just the average American church. Like like the average American atheist knows the Bible more than the average American Christian. You know what I mean? So that's just kind of how much of a joke the religion is. Basically, is sorry, I double whatever. That's how much a joke Christianity is in America right now. Christopher Jordan says, "Don't celebrate Valentine's Day." Truth Hunter said, "Yeah, she changed that blonde." Yeah, Nala Ray, she changed, her hair blonde. That's the classic tactic that a lot of white, particularly Caucasian women, that's what they do. But yeah, just a PSA to the passport bros: do not bring them back here. That's crazy. Truth Hunter says, bringing them back is like importing a muzzled tiger and expecting it not to bite you when you take the muzzle off. But some people, they, like I said, they gotta look. They gotta learn the hard way. They gotta learn the hard way. South Holland says nothing can defeat indoctrination. Keep her there. You surround her with this culture, she will change. Yeah, even, I'm talking. She could be the most honorable broad. You bring them over here, and like man, they gonna turn American on you real quick. And plus, like there's certain laws where basically if you were dating a bish and she lives in like Denmark or something, and you're bringing her over here to America, all she has to do is file a domestic claim on you. It doesn't have to, whether it's true or false, according to the bylaws, like they still have to grant you to grant her the citizenship if you because it falls under like some kind of abuse law where if you're like almost like if you're holding the citizenship over a head, it falls under one of those kind of laws. I saw something like that a couple months ago. So I'm like, oh, so wow, that's all they have to. They don't even need to really even go through with dating with you. If they're just associated with you, all they got to do is file some kind of domestic claim, and then they can just gain citizenship off of a false domestic claim. I'm like, wow, yikes, that's all it takes. Okay. And people are just still, nah, man. When you're dating these broads overseas, you gotta keep them there, or you just have to plan to live in that country and have a remote job where you're earning, where you're earning U.S. dollars, and then you can convert it to the money, and you stay over there. That's why I respect the passport bros that fully make the move, where they be like, oh no, I'm like the expats, right? The expats, like I respect them where they just can't do America laws no more. I'm gonna just move here and I'm gonna live right here. But like I said, a lot of these dudes, they don't want to. They they don't. They want to have a completely traditional wife in a Renaissance country. You can't be a traditional woman and a Renaissance woman at the same time. It's impossible. It's impossible. You know. So the expats, they already had this down pat, but you still have a lot of people that's new to this side of the internet. They're still new to the quote unquote passport bros, even though people been doing that for years. Ex-military men have been doing that for years. So there's a lot of people still new to this. You know what I mean? So especially he should already know at his age at 59, he should already know like it's purely transactional. He should already know that. But really you could take advantage and just have a rotation of women like that, and you could just visit the Philippines, and then you can just come back to America whenever you feel like it. But too many too many people they like to take shortcuts. They like to take shortcuts. They don't want to really sacrifice one thing for the other. Like if you want completely traditional, you're probably gonna have to move to another country. I'm sorry. You can't. How are you gonna get traditional when the divorce laws are the way that they are, where the cohabitation laws are the way that they are, where the women here are the way that they are? It's impossible. You need to be in an environment, or at least a state or a country, where the divorce laws or whatever child custody laws favor you. So this is why like in the Philippines you'll see like they have like a lot of single mothers in the in the Philippines because what happens is you're in the Philippines divorce is illegal. So like you'll have dudes they'll probably marry the chick and then they'll abandon abandon the chicks because they know they just can do it without penalty. That's why you're even seeing now they're doing a lot of DNA tests you know these kids that were born in Thailand or Philippines without fathers, and they're finding out a lot of these kids uh have Caucasian American dads that like abandoned the chick. But the things they don't have no divorce law. Like it's illegal to divorce. So you'll see like a chick over there, like they'll have a boyfriend or whatever, or sorry, they will be single, but not on paper. They're still married on paper, but it's just illegal for them to divorce. So you need to be in a country as a man where the laws favor you, where the woman has to cater to you if you want traditional. Because the only reason why in those countries the women are traditional is because they have to be. They have no choice. Because now when you look at America, when they have a choice, most are opting not to be. Yeah, the like the what the the black the some of the black passport bros, a lot of them are at least learning early. Look, either I have to stay in America or I have to move to the Philippines. You know, and shout out to them, but people gonna have to learn the hard way. People gonna have to learn the hard way. Anyway, that was a bit of a long PSA. that was a that was that was a long PSA. Anyways, let me see. What time is it? It's not 9 o'clock just yet. So let me sneak in another video. I'm going to show you this video before you start seeing it everywhere. Because I love it when these videos show up on my feed. I love it when these feminist centric videos show up on my feed because it shows up on my explore because they're just assuming that I actually like this content, but I'm just saving it for my shows. That's how I like to work the algorithm. So those videos they'll just come into my vicinity because they see me favoriting, they see me commenting and engaging, so they just think I want to see it. So I get all these very famous like feminist centric posts, and this is where I was able to discover these meme pages like what's it I forgot what page that I was talking about that a lot of these chicks follow. The page that is very like misandrous, but it's like the page is called, it's like your therapist's favorite meme page or whatever. And I was like, look, I was like, you need to find out if your girl follows this page or something like that, because it's a fairly popular page. And that's how it's almost like the Hoodville for women. And I'm like, this is why I don't do therapy. But anyways, right here, we're gonna have a woman, and she's finally discovering that young men are just avoiding women, and she really doesn't know what to do about it. And she's just trying to find what negative can I find out of this. So they say that men are predators and they're this and they're that. Now, so men are deciding to avoid women now, and they're still trying to find a negative behind this. So anyway, let's listen to her real quick. Fair use.
And saying, I've just decided altogether to avoid women, that it's better to be single, guys. They're almost like happy about the fact that they're going to make the choice to avoid the entire gender of women because they have yet to actually resolve the war they have within themselves. Men saying, I've just decided altogether to avoid women, that it's better to be single, guys. They're almost like happy about the fact that they're going to make the choice to avoid the entire gender of women because they have yet to actually resolve the war they have within themselves.
You can't make this up, guys. You can't make this up, man. So they saying we be harassing broads, right? We be doing all this stuff. We be stalking, but now it's wrong if men avoid women. I thought you did, bruh. This is the weirdo stuff. And actually saying weirdo stuff like this is why men, even I've even seen Chads now. I don't know if I showed you that video where it was a baseball Chad saying like, I don't even, he's just like, I just try to avoid them as much as possible because of that mentality. That's a weirdo mentality. If you don't trust men and all this stuff, how are you having a problem if men are just deciding to avoid you altogether? How is that a problem? You'll have it's a whole the whole Instagram page, a feminist future, a women led this and women led that. So okay, if men okay, patriarchal norms this and but now men are just backing away. They're not OD taking the lead. They're just like, okay, we're just, and it's a problem. And you're having more of a problem with that than what you were complaining about before. This is weirdo. This is stuff like, this is elementary, like preschool behavior. When you see women complaining about men walking away, this is preschool behavior. This is preschool behavior. Even like the old feminists of the past, they don't even see a problem with this. But what the thing is with the feminists now, they're not even like, I call these people they're convenient feminists, meaning they quote unquote want an equal partner, right? Quote unquote, but they still want you to make more money. They want to make more money at the job, but they still want men to pay all the bills. They want equality, but they still want men to make the first approach. It's like, bruh. They want nothing to do with most men, but then they have a problem with the passport bros, bruh. This is preschool behavior. Like when you're in kindergarten, where it's like a broad, she'll have like a toy, like like little girls, they have these toys, and then they don't want to play with it no more, right? But then somebody else picks it up. Somebody else picks up the toy, or somebody tosses the toy in the garbage, but they're like, I want the toy. But and then the parents are like, but you say you didn't want the toy. No, but I want it. To do what? And then she'll get the toy back just to not do anything with it. Anyways, it's that same type of weird. That's weirdo to me. That's weirdo behavior. And behavior like this is where I'm talking about behavior like this, it even scares away the Chads. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. Because that is just pure weirdo behavior. Like I even, when I consider weirdo behavior when you'll have women talking about the incels, right? So much so where I got a strike on my channel for just saying incels are not the problem. From a 10-minute video I made 10 months ago. Sorry, technically a year ago. And that was the one video that they can find that they could put a strike on me for. And they're basically scared over a group of people that are not even part of the sexual marketplace. Yet all women do is complain about their dating life and the men that they want to be with not committing to them. And then they take out all their frustration on the men that they don't want to date at all. This is the kind of weirdo behavior where this is where I understand why the Arabs, the Arabs, they run their program like they run their program, or the Africans, they run their program how they run their program. With that kind of a mindset, you can't get things done with that kind of a mindset. You can't be productive with that kind of a mindset. And you basically complicate everybody's existence with that kind of a mindset. You really complicate everybody's existence with that kind of a mindset. And this is why women should not be running things for the most part. For the most part, they should not be running things. You know? So it's almost like, we talk about the Me Too era where you got men just avoiding the women at work and they have a problem with it. I'm like, why would you have a problem with it? You got what you wanted. You got exactly what you wanted. Young Doka says she kind of looks busted, not gonna lie. Yeah, that's what you call leftovers right there. This woman right here. I don't know what her Instagram page is. Oh, the source, her name is he Vizardar. So I don't know what that word is, but anyways, let's read her caption. Let's read the caption right here. It says, "Men avoiding women is about more than just surface level issues. Patriarchal norms have taught men they must be the breadwinners and superior, but in today's world, women can do anything men can and more." First of all, that's not true. But let's continue. As masculinity turns toxic, many men are struggling to adapt. Men who embrace feminine traits like empathy and emotional openness tend to adapt better, building stronger connections and thriving in a world that values emotional intelligence and flexibility. Yo, we owe our grandfathers, our not even our fathers, we owe our grandfathers and our great grandfathers an apology. Everything, especially this last paragraph right here. Men who embrace feminine traits like empathy and emotional openness. Yo, shout out to there's this page. I don't know if you guys saw my stream. I had a stream 2 weeks ago, and a guy that does therapy tuned in. I don't know if you guys remember. The guy's name was like I subscribed to his channel the other day, and I caught one of his live streams. I don't know if you guys remember his name. I'm blanking on his name, but I went on his live stream the other day, and he would be a person that I would describe as an empathetic person, meaning he came onto the stream. He said openly, "Look, I disagreed with your stance at first until I listened to what you had to say." Right. And so I would consider a guy like that an empathetic person because clearly we had the age gap. He's like in his 50s. I'm in my 20s. We're both coming from from different type of eras, but he came on to say he was wrong. How many people will have the openness, the empathy, the quote unquote emotional intelligence to be like, look, I came onto the stream to say I was wrong about what I initially thought about what you said. So I came on the stream. I was just chatting in the chats. So I was asking because his page. I don't know why I'm blanking on my guy's name. I'm so sorry. I'm blanking on his name. But I went on his therapist YouTube live stream page. Um, and I was asking questions in the chat because he had women on his panel because it's like a therapy page, right? And I was trying to challenge the people on the panel a little bit because all I do when I challenge people, all I do or if I just want to get people's perspective, it's not necessarily a challenge. I just like to gain where people are coming from. I ask them a lot of questions. So I start asking, okay, what is empathy? What is sympathy? Uh, uh, the difference between narcissistic personality disorder and bipolar personality disorder. And when I mentioned, I put a bait statement out there. So the bait statement that I put in the comment section because they were really engaged in the questions that I was putting out there and the statements that I was putting out there. So I put the statement, I said, empathy is very rare, right? And the guy that runs the page is like, oh, yeah, you are right, Chris. Empathy is very rare. But then one of the women on his panel was like, oh, yes, empathy is very rare. And then when she was trying to describe what empathy was, she didn't describe empathy. She described sympathy. But what's funny is the irony of that situation is the guy that runs the page, he was empathetic enough to not put her on Front Street to realize she kind of made herself she doesn't know what empathy is. She was describing sympathy, not empathy. And that's the irony really when it comes to men and women, especially when we're talking about empathy. Empathy and sympathy, they're two different things. Very two different things. And it was funny, all these questions I was putting out there and the statements I was putting out there, it's clear to me that women don't know what empathy is. They don't know what empathy is. I'm trying to find my man's page real quick for you guys. I'm trying to find his page on my YouTube because I tuned in into his stream. His page is called All Things Serious. This guy right here. Yeah, so but I was respectful of it. And how about this? Because it's more of a chill stream, a more psychology driven stream, psychotherapy, therapy type of stream. I didn't go in on my trolling, like I usually do. I was respectful of his space and I just asked chill questions. I wasn't challenging nobody in the chat, going in on people. I wasn't doing none of that. I respected his space because I was trying to practice empathy. You know what I mean? So to say that empathy is a feminine trait, I completely disagree. I think most women have no idea what empathy is. I really believe most women, especially in America, they have no idea what empathy is. I'm talking about absolutely no idea. Absolutely no idea what empathy is. Let's see some of the chats I missed. Oh yeah, yeah. So Truth Hunter said, "Yo, quite a few women's hit-on attempts also screams weird, childish ish." Yo, I remember when I had a Tinder back in what's it, 2016 or 2017. I remember, or especially when I try to get a Tinder again in like 2018. That's when I started getting like these weirdo girls. Like I remember one girl matched with me just to talk crazy. And that was the first time Like, because women usually don't talk crazy to me in terms of, like, I'm talking about the only woman that would talk crazy to me, like, I'm talking about in public, I'm talking about making fun of me in public, would be like black women, right? Or basically untrained, um, really straggle Latinas, which was only probably one or two of them, but it was most, like, in terms of the people that would challenge me publicly, that would talk crazy. But I remember this one chick came on the Tinder match with me, trying to talk crazy, and I was like, who are you again? And then she just blocks me, like, right after saying her piece. So I guess I'm like, well, I guess she matches with people just to talk reckless. I'm like, what? So I was like, that was the first time I experienced anything like that in terms of in the dating game, when it comes to in the dating game. So this is when I started I'm like, yo, this is wild. I was like, this is wild. And then I remember on Tinder also, you'll have like like you'll have these chicks, they have zero game. Like they have zero game. They'll match with you and they will just like be completely dry. Like completely dry. Because you'll have dudes, like the dudes that they really, really, or you'll have the dudes that they really, really want to be with, and they'll come and and I'm just saying, like, the stuff that they will say to those guys, if they were dudes talking to girls, they would be considered like the ultimate creeps, right? But like, yeah, girls have like zero game. They have zero game. That's why I always when people say um women need to start approaching men, I'm like, yes, that's true, but that's gonna leave a lot of men out to dry. And then on top of that, women have zero game. Like they have zero game. Zero. I'm talking about like zero game. Pyro says, this clip reminds me of that clip of Timmy ignoring Trixie from Fairy Odd Parents. So I don't know if you guys remember that chick, that scene from Fairy Odd Parents, where Tim is just literally ignoring Trixie, and it drives Trixie off. It just drives Trixie crazy. That's just how it works, unfortunately, with women. You know, like even recently, I think I overplayed my hand with one girl. I think I overplayed my hand by texting her first, because now I think she knows that I like her. But that's for another conversation for another day. But she was, at first, when she first met me, she was vying for my attention first, like heavy. But unfortunately, unfortunately, that's the leverage game that sometimes, men will win that game. Sometimes we lose that game. Shout out to Shadow Dog Law. He said, I catch a Chris Mike live. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to the Warband members tuning in. What's it, 9:20? Oh, okay. So yeah, I can go in on the streamers in a little bit now. That's good. That's good. He said, Grandpa and great grandpa in heaven asking, is this what we died in them wars for? Facts. Yeah, the all things serious guy, man. Yeah, I like his. Yeah, it's more. It's not because his channel is not an RP channel. It's just because he actually has It looks like from his chat, it's mostly women in his chat for the most part, because his channel focuses on therapy and like community. Like I remember, like his panel was like, I'm not trying to make fun of bro, because I like how he came on my page. Pause. Like I like how he approached me coming on my page. So I was respectful of his chat. So I wasn't swearing. I was just respectful, asking respectful questions and all that stuff. On his panel, it was like it's like two older broads, two single older women broads, a gay black Special Olympics athlete. I'm not even trying to disrespect broski. I ain't even trying to disrespect broski, but that's what he had on his panel. It's a very chill like panel. Like he's just trying to he's trying to build up a community and talk about therapy and how we need to you know what I mean? So the panel was very interesting. His panel was very interesting. Something very 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 different. But I found it interesting where they would talk when he mentioned like bipolar personality disorder, and I asked questions about that. I gave my opinions about that, and I asked the question. I was like, "Do you think that people mistaken narcissistic personality disorder with bipolar personality disorder or borderline personality disorder, right?" And at first they didn't really dismiss it, but they're just like, nah, those are two different things. But I was like, well, but then because I brought up narcissistic personality, you already know a woman on the panel is gonna be like, well, my ex was a narcissist. So I already knew it was the perfect bait. I already knew that was gonna happen. I was like, yep, here it is. This is it right here. It's like, man, as soon as I mention narcissistic personality disorder, it's like me putting it's the master bait, because I'm like, let me see, let me put this bait out right here. Okay, how about narcissistic personality disorder? I'm like, let's see who takes the bite. Let's see who takes the bite. A lot of my techniques that I get from stuff like that. Do you know where I get those techniques from? Do you know Nick Wright? the from First Things First, from FS1, the show First Things First, that and Nick Wright's the host of the show. Nick Wright is a master of putting, like, he'll put out a bait question that he knows that the normies are gonna fall for it. And then he'll have like, well, I have the stats for here right here because I knew you were gonna say that. He's the best. He's one of the best at doing that, because he knows what like the normies are going to say in general when it comes to sports and stuff. That's where I get my technique from, because I would see how Nick Wright would win even when I would disagree with him. The problem is a lot of people don't have the numbers or the stats to back up the stuff that they say, so they'll push out an agenda. But then Nick Wright will be like, so would you say blah 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 blah? Well, now that you say that, I have the stats. I have this blind reveal right here. and it's a setup. So that's where I get that technique really from Nick Wright, because I've been watching Nick Wright at Fox Sports for about what, like 7 years, 8 years now. So he's one of the best at doing that. he be baiting people. Like I'd be like, damn, that boy clever. That boy is clever at that. So yeah, I'm the man. So what I do a lot of the times, I'll ask a question that I already know somebody's gonna give me the answer that I'm looking for. So people might think it's deceitful, but I want to always ask the question just to make sure I know where people are coming from, because I don't want to just assume. I want to put the question out there just to make sure I see where people are coming from. But I already knew. So as soon as I put in that, that narcissistic personality disorder thing in the chat, I already knew that was going to whip up a storm. And then they basically ended up agreeing with me by the end of the discourse. Where I said, well, since you're saying that bipolar, because I said, why is narcissistic personality disorder is rarely diagnosed, and why is it mostly diagnosed with men? I was like, how does that make sense? It's and then they were talking about, well, with bipolar personality disorder, it's more chemically induced. But then once they were talking about narcissistic personality disorder, the way that they described it, I'm like, so with narcissistic personality disorder, the symptoms are very broad. It where it could actually, a lot of people can fall under narcissistic personality disorder. So I'm like, so why is it rarely diagnosed? And they basically ended up agreeing with me by the end of the discourse. So empathy, Pyro said, is empathy like saying I understand you, but sympathy is like I feel sorry for. Exactly. So sympathy is, oh, I feel sorry for that dude. But empathy is really being able to know what somebody's going through because you've been through it yourself, or you know what that's like, whether it's from your point of view or from a third person point of view. You know what it's like. You know exactly what it's like. You've been through it yourself. Sympathy is just, you just feel sorry for. And a lot of women feel sorry for a lot of things, but that doesn't make them empathetic. So like a woman will never, like, they will never understand what it's like to be like a man, to really be a man. And you look at a lot of the inventions that women um women have now is because men were being empathetic, and they were like, oh shoot, we gotta make tampons for them, right? And stuff. You know what I mean? That's because that was a man with an empathetic heart, and it was like, oh, I didn't know they were going through this and that. But it's like, you need to, a lot of women basically, but what I'm trying to say, women, they think having they think they have empathy, but it's really sympathy. And even that, I even think it's really, the sympathy is not even, in my opinion, the sympathy is not even real. The sympathy is not even real. Because I remember seeing something on Twitter. I know I'm going a little bit off off the rip. I remember I saw something on Twitter where it was a dude, and he said, man, it's so hard for me in this dating sphere in America because I'm 5'2", right? And he said, he's like, I have like no solutions. And I said, and I told him, well, I'm a short dude as well, but so I already know it's tough for me as well, but so I already know it's even worse for you. So that's what I said. So I said, your best bet is you got to go to one of those Asian countries where everybody's your height. That's your best bet, in my opinion, or you're gonna have to make a whole lot of money, like a whole lot of money. And even then, if I told him, if I were you, I would make a whole lot of money, but then I would move to one of those Asian countries where the average height of like dudes and women is like 5'2" or 5'3", and you're literally gonna fit right in. That's how I said, I'm like, if you really want women, you're gonna have to do that. That's what you're gonna have to do. You know, I told him I'm not gonna lie to you and be like, oh, your personality. If you're really struggling with that, that's what you're gonna have to do. And a lot of the men in the comment section to him had a similar response, a similar type of response, or it would be other short dudes be like, yeah, I understand what that's like. But it was a woman on there in the comment section where she tried to come across as sympathetic, but the guy ended up responding to her more than us. And he's like, but I tried this, but this doesn't work. But I tried this doesn't. And the solutions that she was coming up with just does not, like, it doesn't work. It just doesn't, like, the solutions that she was saying. And by the end of it, she know what she asked. She was like, have you considered? She said, have you considered transitioning to another sex. That's what she put as her last resort. And one of the guys responded to her like, "What kind of what are you talking about? What kind of?" I'm like, "What kind of advice is that? He should change his gender because because he's small because in her bird brain because since he's as small as most women, he should just transition into." I'm like, what kind of advice is that? That's first of all, that's very unsympathetic and definitely unempathetic. If I ever seen a advice like that, I was like, what kind of? Because he was ignoring our advices because unfortunately, if you're shorter, you're probably if you're short or if you're shorter, you're gonna have to, and if you really want a lot of them, you're gonna have to have something outside of just being a regular dude to attract women. Like you can't just be yourself. You're gonna have to have something outside, meaning you need to be athletic, you need to have money, you need to be funny, you need to be able to learn how to dance or sing or something. You need to have something that you're offering. You're like if you're a shorter person or you're a short person, you're gonna have to bring something to the table off rip. You can't just show up as yourself, especially in today's dating marketplace in America. That's why I said in America. I said, but if you want to stay yourself, I would still tell you make more money, and then on top, then move to Asia, move to one of these Asian countries, and you'll fit literally right in. You'll height will not be a problem. Trust me. When you move to one of these countries in Asia, height will not be a problem. I promise you. I promise you. It's gonna be something else. It's just gonna be something else. That's just the thing in like America, or if you in one of these European countries like Denmark and Netherlands and whatnot. But it looks like he didn't want to even hear that advice. And then he was looking for advice from that one woman because she was a pretty woman with a pretty account, just for her to just say at the end, "Have you considered a sex change?" I'm like, what kind of anyways, this is the so-called, empathetic gender. The old empathetic gender. So South Holland said about women have zero empathy. They are only concerned with self-preservation. He also goes on to say women would not care if the entire world burned as long as they're okay in the immediate moment. Facts. I've said that as well. As long as their feelings are okay, if they're good, and if their feelings are good, they don't the whole world could be burning. As long as they feel good, they're fine. Unfortunately, that's just what it is. Pyro said, "What the f?" Yeah, that was her last advice was, I'm not lying to you guys. I promise you, I'm not lying. She said, "Have you considered a sex change?" I'm like, what? What? First of all, even if you thought that was a solution, even though that would make sense, that doesn't even make sense at all. Even if you thought that was a solution, you don't say that to a man. I said, who's raising these people, bro? Who's raising these people? That's man. I'm telling you, man. It's not good having all these female teachers, dog. It's not good having all these women teachers, dog. It can't be good. There's something wrong with it. I felt that way when I was a young kid. I'm like, there's no. I'm like, why all the teachers women? Why are all the social workers women? That something's not right with that. there's something can't be right with that. But that's just me. Young Doka says, so basically that girl thinks life as a 5'2" trans woman is better than life. Specifically, romantic life is better compared to as a guy. Yeah, she just, I don't know what in the hell she's talking about. I was like, I said, first of all, I'm like, no. You're better off being a 5'2" virgin than that. First of all, when they talk about, I don't know why people even think, because when you're actually looking at the transformer community, they're not usually small people. First of all, and second of all, do people understand the self deletion rate amongst the transformer community? Like, I'm like, dude. Anywho, anywho, anyways, let's get into the streamers. Let's talk about these streamers now. Let's talk about these streamers now. So I know you guys have uh Pyro. Yeah, that's right. He said she's telling him to just give up and become a bottom. Yeah, it's just, yeah, women are very unempathetic. I was like, you don't say that to a man, dog. Even if you feel that way, you don't say that. Even if he had a picture of him and you felt that way, and you concluding from his picture, you still, it's like, that's not that's not a solution. But anyways, let's bring up these streamers real quick. So I know some of you, you know, the new celebrities, right? The new A-list celebrities, particularly amongst young males, amongst the young generation, are these Twitch streamers, right? So we got the Kai Cenats of the world, right? You know, Speed, right? I love, what's it? I Show Speed, right? These guys are the A-list celebrities now, right? So right here in this picture, you see young Dobie, a 17-year-old Twitch streamer, YouTuber, 17 years old. And look at the type of girl he selected. You remember when dark skinned ninjas get on their feet or they get clout, those are the type of girls that they be having on that they go for. Anyways, he went viral. Young Dobie went viral. He was trying to kiss his girl on stream, and she basically made a fool out of him by rejecting him. Now, I have a whole list of videos of streamers getting embarrassed by girls, whether it's just girls on the stream or their actual girlfriend, right? So let me show you an example. Let me show you an example. And you're not only seeing this with young streamers, you're also seeing this with um with young athletes. You're seeing this with young athletes where they'll like, it'll be like a young athlete, they don't want a trophy, or it's a trophy ceremony, it's some kind of ceremony, and their girlfriends are making it their business to embarrass them in front of the public. Even the wives are starting to do this nonsense now. So right here you have Speed, right? One of the most, if not the biggest streamer in the world outside of Kai Cenat. Here you have Speed on stream with Kai Cenat watching in the background. So you see Speed here with his girl, who in a big scheme of things is really nothing. Like these streamers, they don't realize the kind of fame they have, so they be bringing like these nothing ass 304s and oh, hold on, let me take off the overlay. They be bringing these nothing ass 304s and putting them in their kingdom, and all they do and how do they repay them for them giving them clout? They embarrass them. And that's one of the reasons why I don't want to bring girls on my platform. Like, say if my page blows up, right? Or if I make a Twitch account and it blows up, which I'm thinking about doing very soon, just to do a Twitch account. I'm not bringing no hoes on there. I'm not doing that. if I'm gonna bring a girl on my Twitch, she's gonna have talent, meaning she's gonna be able to play an instrument, or she can she's good with math or something. She has to be like an asset, and even then, I don't even. There's no way I would put her on camera. But anyways, let's let's go to speed right here. Here's another person that gets embarrassed by his girl on live in front of everybody.
There's some shit in my eyes. Chat, ain't it something in my eyes? God, ain't it something in my eyes?
Sorry, check again.
Yo, it's something in my eyes. You see it? Like, no, like, it's like right there.
On camera. Keep it cute. You want to get me on camera?
No. Hey, Kyle, where we landing at? Where we landing at?
Oh man, I feel so bad for my brother right here. But you got like these streamers, they don't understand. You can't have like an untrained 304 with you on camera. Not on camera. Maybe off camera, but not on camera. On camera, you need to have a broad paid for to understand, yo, when I lean in, you kiss me, right? When I do this, when I clap, you jump. If I clap twice, you get out of the room. Or if I stomp my feet, you go to the kitchen. Like, you need to have a trained woman when you're Kai Sinat's level, when you're Speed's level, right? The young brother that's in the thumbnail, young Doba, right? Or whatever his name is. You need to have a trained woman. You can't have some bitch that you went to high school with that you liked a little bit, or some coworker girl that you was messing with. Nah. You can't just have any broad on it, because they're gonna embarrass you, because they still because you chased them. She's not, because you chased them. They're going to try to flex their little bit of superiority over you. Just a little bit that they have over you, they're going to try to flex it, even if it's amongst the millions. They're going to make you look crazy. You know what I mean? And man, I'll say, man, these young streamers, man, they need guidance, because this is not the only video I have. I'm about to show you a couple more. But it's a lot of videos like this of these young streamers, man, just being embarrassed by 304s that they just met up with. You know? Oh shoot. He said this boy is on Tyree's back. Oh, he's talking about young Doobie. He's talking about young Doobie, whatever, the dude in the thumbnail. Homeboy in the thumbnail. He's in his Tyrese back. I keep telling y'all, that's what they pick, because people keep talking about the overweight white woman. That's just for broke. That's for broke dudes. That's for broke dudes. Yeah, they need to do a contract. Exactly. They need to do a contract. But you see, I like how Cristiano Ronaldo runs his program, where he basically has the broad. He has the broad. What's her name? Georgina. He has the broad on a contract. He pays her a yearly or a monthly salary, and then, you're my girlfriend, but this is your salary. Okay, these are my kids that I have through. And then he has then Cristiano Ronaldo has like all his kids via surrogate, and he picks the type of woman that he wants. You know what I mean? And then he has all of his kids through surrogacy, and then he has complete command over how his kids are raised. And then he has the broad that he pays and gives her a salary, and she's running on his program. Truth Hunter said, "This is her. You should slide me 100 and then I'd kiss you." Man, it's crazy. But those young man, these young streamers, man, because they don't understand they're the new A-list celebrities. Hollywood is not the Hollywood dudes, the Hollywood girls, the Hollywood dudes. They're not it anymore. It's these Twitch streamers and these YouTube tubers. They're the new A-list celebrities. They're the new A-list celebrities, right? Hold on for a sec. Let's replay that video one more time to see that L.
Some shit in my eyes.
You see, and Kaisa now, you see him at the top right hand corner. He's just like, bruh.
Chat, ain't it sun in my eyes? Kai, ain't it sun in my eyes?
Sorry, check again.
And by the way, Kai and Speed, they were on the same stream together that day, doing a Fortnite stream.
Yo, it's sun in my eyes. You see it?
And I know it's not that big of a deal, but you can't have your girl embarrassing you not in public like this. Not in public. Not in public. Not in public.
Like, no, like, it's like right there.
On camera. Keep it cute. You want to get me on camera?
No. Hey, Kai, where we landing at?
But like Truth Hunter, what you said there, what's the difference between that and, prostitution? And some people will say, what's the difference between what Cristiano Ronaldo is doing and then hire escorts? Well, at the end of the day, you're gonna have to pay, dog. And at the end of the day, the woman that you have, she needs to be trained. I'm sorry. Like Corey Holcomb was just talking about this on the show yesterday. The woman that you have, especially if you reach a certain status, they have to be trained a certain way, man. They have to be trained a certain way. They have to be. And as a man, you can't be afraid to say this out loud as well. That's another thing. So like we'll say this here, but like if I'm gonna tell you, okay, if I go on my cousin's podcast, if I show you some of the videos when I was doing my cousin's podcast, you should see the looks on some of these broads' faces when I talk. It's either pure bewilderment or awe. They're either in awe or in just pure bewilderment on some of the stuff I say. They're not. I don't really agree with broads having to agree with everything you say. That's just I don't agree with that, or just really people in general. I really do that with people in general, but you can't be afraid of, oh man, she's not gonna think I'm cool if I say it. Like, nah, don't worry about that. That's just my opinion. I can't go through life trying to do that. Like I cannot. Oh yeah, that ranking of difficulty that young Doka was talking about. I forgot what he was saying. That ranking of difficulty when it comes to black men and what kind of women that they can get. And like the toughest is like the 10 out of 10 white woman, and the 10 out of 10 white woman is got to be like she's got to be hold on for a second. AJ's actually calling me right now. Hold on, let me answer. Hey AJ, what's up, bro? Hey, oh wait, hold on for 1 sec, because I'm actually live on stream right now. Yeah. Oh no, I'll let you cover that. I'm probably gonna cover that on another time, but I'm doing the streamers getting embarrassed by their girls right now. Oh no, no, you're good, bro. You're good. Everybody knows you over here, man. Hey man, see you, bro. Yeah, that was AJ, bro. You already know, man. Shout out to AJ, man. Anybody that doesn't know, man, AJ rants and reactions, man. He got it going on his channel. I think he's gonna go live in a little bit as well. He's probably going live at 10 something. 10. He's probably actually, yeah, he's probably going live right now at 10. But either 10 or 10:30. But anyways, let me move on to the next video because I'm gonna show you a stream of videos where he's just going. Oh shoot, I forgot to tell. Yeah, I should have told you. Yeah, Pyro. I should have said Pyro said hi. I should have told AJ that. But let me show you another video, man, because it's a sleuth of videos I got. It's a sleuth of videos. A whole sleuth of videos, man. That joint is sad though, right here. And then now you got this situation right here. You have a very popular streamer right here. I don't know, but like I said, these new streamers, I don't know who they are, but they be having like a million subscribers and stuff and stuff like that. So right here, we got this streamer here. His name is Not Limit J. So this guy, he's live on his stream, and he has to call the cops on his girlfriend while he was on stream because she refused to leave. This dude is trying to make his money, his paper. This is how he's able to get ahead of the game, ahead of like 90% of the people here probably in the world. Forget America, in the world. And you're gonna have a bitch that can't stop talking or being disruptive. So her behavior is that bad that he has to call the cops on his own girlfriend while live on stream. This is this you streamers, y'all don't understand. Y'all are the new A-list celebrities. You can't have these regular broads that you was with at Walmart with. You like, if I was a Twitch streamer, I would never have my girl on the show. Ever. Ever. There's no way. There's no way. I don't care if she's paying. I don't even care if I'll be like, no, you can't be here. There's no way.
Middle initial D, date of birth 6/15/03. Okay, do you know her date of birth by chance? Nah, I don't. I don't know this person anymore. You can get out of here. Okay. Just like I said, keep your distance from her. You haven't in the home. Nah. Okay. All right. We're gonna contact you there. Just try to.
So I don't know if you saw that. That was his girlfriend literally pouring water on him while he's on stream. After he said, "I don't really know this person no more." Oh, well, hold on. Let me look at the skin complexion on this broad. Hold on for a sec. Hold on for a sec. Let me see the skin complexion on this broad.
Nah, I don't know this person anymore. You can get out of here.
Yeah, this is after he told her you can get out of here. Fairly light skin. I gotta see who she looks. I gotta see what she looks like.
Nah. Okay, all right. We're gonna contact you there. Just try to yeah. Once again, y'all, this is not over no girl. Never over no female. Oh my life is never over no female. EITALY. Look up EITALY and Melt is live. Melt MELT is live and EITALY. Look it up.
So I guess she saw something on his phone. Oh yeah, and by the way, this is when we talk about a trained woman is not supposed to look at your phone. that's already off rip. And even if she is, with the money that this guy's potentially making or about to make, that's another broad texting him whatever should not be setting you off where you're gonna ruin your boyfriend's money, like over abroad, especially not live on stream.
She definitely has mental illness. I don't know what. I don't know. Right here in the room. Nah, I'm good. Just I'm good. So basically, all this started earlier with a little argument. You know, one thing turned to another. And that was that. Like, she's been antagonizing me. I just want her to leave, honestly. Throwing drinks at me and stuff. Like, I just want her. I just want her removed from my house. This is my apartment. It all started from an argument. I asked her to fold some clothes. Then the argument just went from one thing to another. Just got too far. I just want her to leave.
So he's saying this argument started over. He just asked her to fold some clothes, and something led up to another from there. That's crazy work.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Just drinks and stuff. Other stuff from the counter. I'm good though.
Hold on, let me pause this real quick. Let me address something real quick. Let me address. I saw something. Oh, Ainsley, my guy. What's up? Ainsley, if you're still in the chat, can you tell them? can you tell them what was I saying earlier? I was saying something earlier about I said I gotta ask Ainsley to confirm something for me. Where oh yeah, like can you confirm to the people in the chat when I was working with you, even though I was 19, 20, even though I was 19, 20 years old, people still said I was looking like a dad. I looked like a dad, like I looked way older. Even though I was 19 and 20 years old, people was joking that I looked like a dad. Oh, AJ said he was gonna be live tomorrow. Oh man, shout out to you. Shout out to you. My bad, my bad. But still, yes. Shout out to AJ. Subscribe to his channel. But yeah, Ainsley, if you can, just confirm it if you can in the chat. Happy New Year's to you too, bro. Happy New Year's. So right here, AJ Rants and Reaction says brothers can get tens if they play sports. I see a lot of young athletes banging young tens on the volleyball team. Yeah. So if you are a black man, for you to get like the top tier snow bunnies, you're gonna have to play a sport. You're going to have to play a sport. You're going to have to play a sport. Like if you want like the top tier snow bunny. Because I remember Young Doka had like the rankings and like the hardest to attain is like the top ranking snow bunnies. Those are usually reserved for not really the Chads, is really the Brads. Because the Chads be just smashing anything. And so if the Chads start dating the tens, what the 10 snow bunnies, what ends up happening is the snow bunny girl either has him completely cucked, or the snow bunny, the top tier snow bunny is mad at the Chad because he can't commit. It's either one or the other. You all have a Matt Stafford situation, or you have um a West Elm Caleb situation. West Elm West Elm Caleb situation. It's either one or the other. Oh no, from what I heard about Scars and Pain, I know who you're talking about. Scars and Pain. No, what happened with Scars and Pain? He faked his death so he can get out of paying child support. And because they found out he was alive, his girl was his baby mama was so relieved that he was alive that she decided not to put a child support case on him. I thought he died, but he did it. He faked his death so he can get out of paid child support. And then you said something about Donovan Sharp. AJ said something about Donovan Sharp. Look, whatever problems that he's having with his new wife, whatever. I mean, that's on him. For him to hide that it was a single mother the whole time too. So whatever Donovan Sharp put himself into, that's on him. That's on him, dog. Because whatever's gonna happen to him is gonna happen to him because it's yikes. Donovan Sharp is just like the pure example he's literally the example of do as I say, not what not what I do. Like, oh my god. Pyro said, "Look how light skinned she is." Why? He said, "There's a lot of dudes dating nasty light skins." But I always try to say, like, it don't like I told you when you're dating a girl in America, no matter the shade tone, because but the reason why, so no matter the shade tone, you're gonna deal with drama. And then the thing is, when a lot of young ninjas they get money, those are the type of dudes that they go after because that's just what they think they should go after. But what they don't understand is you need to go after someone with class. And just because a woman is lighter, has a fairer shade of skin, or even if she's white, doesn't mean she has class. Because usually when we kind of relegate skin tone to class, that's kind of how it's always been in life. You know, they assume the darker the skin, the lower the class. The lighter the skin, the higher the class. That's kind of how it's usually is. But especially in 2024, that's got to go out the window. Especially when you're dealing with American women. I just think when you're dealing with most American women, they don't know their place. And they don't even understand like when they're sitting on a winning lottery ticket and all they had to do is just be silent. They just can't do it. They just can't do it. Yeah, you see, so Ainsley is saying, you see, Ainsley confirmed it for you guys in the chat. So Ainsley said, yeah, people said you looked a lot older than you actually were at that time. Yeah, like, yeah. I'm telling you, bro, like when I was, yeah. And so I've always, like, they used to make fun of me, especially I remember I would come to work wearing a hat and dudes used to be roasting me, which was okay. I was okay with it. I wasn't like I thought it was funny. I still think it was funny, but I was just trying to prove the point that I've always looked older than I was, even when I'm supposed to be younger. So when I would go out with certain girls, they would always think I'm like a sugar daddy or something, but I was similar age. Even I remember when I was like 22, I went out with a girl that was like, I went out on a date with a girl that was 25 or 26 years old. They just thought that we were like just a regular couple, but she was like legit older than me. You know, even what scares me though is sometimes like remember when I talked about when I went out with that had that night date with that MILF girl, that older Latina chick that I said I would never do again. Like I remember when I did go out with her with that, people didn't even really blink an eye for the most part. And she was in her 40s. So I'm like, oh man, this is not good. I'm like, this is not good. I wore a hat that day too. Because I didn't want nobody to really know what I was doing. But after dating that older Latina chick, after the nonsense that came from that, I was like, I will never do that again. Ever, 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 ever. Oh man, AJ with the super chat, man. Shout out. I got the soundbite ready. I should have the soundbite ready. AJ with the 4.99 super chat. Here we go. We got money, niggas. We got money, niggas. We got money, niggas. I really hope DJ Khaled don't get canceled for that. It was a different time, man. DJ Khaled was part of the culture. Anyways, AJ says in his super chat, "Happy New Year's to Chris Mike. Keep up the good work, man. Thank you, man." And I'll say this: AJ has been very like very important, to my growth on this channel. Like very, I would say probably, yeah, the most vital, person of in terms of the growth of this channel and who it reached, because there was a lot of people I wasn't reaching before me and AJ started collabing. Um, and by the way, just to let you guys know, this is how AJ met me, because I always respect people that that meet me this way. And you know how AJ came across my channel. He came across my channel when I was trolling um Jordan Peterson. No, not Jordan Peterson. Sorry. Why am I blanking on his name? Why am I blanking on his name? What's the black dude that's be saying Jesse Lee Peterson? My bad. Jesse Lee Peterson. I was trolling Jesse Lee Peterson and trolling him about the gay rumors. And AJ just found it entertaining. Now, mind you, AJ's a fan of Jesse Lee Peterson. And so am I. But he just kind of looked into my channel and just said, "Oh, I'm just messing around." And then we collabed, and we realized we had the same, we basically had the same philosophies, type of channels, whatever. And we kicked it off from ever since then. Now, most people would see me trolling Jesse Lee Peterson and think I was a liberal, which a lot of the normies, a lot of the people on the right, they leapt to that conclusion, but they don't understand, like, with the Jesse Lee Peterson story. I just thought it was funny that the gay rumors weren't coming from the liberal media; it was coming from the conservative media. So that's why I found that story funny to me. That was just me, but people didn't want to look into that. But shout out to AJ on that. That's how we met up. That's how we met up, and it's been gravy ever since. And shout out to his brother Doug MPA. He has a great channel as well. And it's a lot of people that AJ had put me on to. I also love the series that he does with men ignoring women at work series. I be replaying that series. That's one of my favorite series that he has. Young Doka says Grandpa had it better. She'd fold clothes before he could even ask if she did. Yeah, so but yeah. So this dude saying that the argument started after he asked her to fold some clothes. That's wild. Truth Hunter said leech off him and doesn't want to fold clothes. What a woman. Yeah, like, bro, we need robots. Man, these look, man. The Star report, he was talking about this the other day. I'm sorry, he was talking about this last, what did I say the other day? He was talking about this last year. He said if these SEX robots come through, he said I'm going to buy one of them. But I will say this, if I'm a person with money, I'm not saying I'm going to buy a robot, but I'm going to hire a maid or a cleaning service, because, like, the average broad, they don't even want to do like the basics. Like, they don't even want to do, like, they don't even realize the stuff that they're refusing to do is just basic stuff. Cooking, cleaning, folding clothes. Like, even if she was living by herself, you would have to do that, or you would have to hire somebody to do that. So I don't like it's like you got a whole generation of broads refusing to cook, and they don't realize, like, look, if you're living by yourself, you're gonna need to learn how to cook regardless. I'm just like, I'm like, bruh. So I'm like, you're gonna be eating McDonald's all day. You're gonna be ordering DoorDash every day. You're gonna have to learn how to do these things, man. I'm at a disadvantage right now because I can only cook a couple things, and I'm at a disadvantage. But I'm talking about these broads nowadays. They don't even want to scramble eggs, dog. They don't even know how to make eggs. Yeah, class over trash. So when you're looking for a woman, you need to look for a woman that has been trained. No matter the race, no matter whatever. It just you're first of all, you're gonna have to look at her economic background. You're gonna have to look if she had both parents, and you're just gonna have to look at the people around her, the company that she keeps. If you're not going to hire abroad, you want to get a girlfriend the quote unquote natural way, you're going to have to do a real vetting process, because a lot of these broads coming up now, they have mental illnesses, dog. They have they have mental illness, real mental illness, man. Oh yeah, AJ said then you did the Riley Gaines short and the trad cons lost their minds. Yeah, like they oh man, they don't. The track cons, they just disappoint me, man. They really disappoint me. AJ, tell me why 2 streams ago, and a lot of the people in the chat can confirm this. They can confirm this. Tell me why a more open-minded dude came on the channel. I don't know if he's conservative or liberal, really. He just seems like a regular dude, like in the middle. He comes on my channel, pause, just to say, look, I saw your title about not protecting women's sports. And he said, at first, I didn't like what you were saying or the title, but I heard your reasoning and I had to say that you're right. I was wrong. And I came at you the wrong way. Not, no, he didn't say like, he just said, I understand where you're coming from now. That's what he said. Right. And I was like, oh, thank you for that. And just off the respect that he did, I went on his channel. I didn't go on the live panel, but I made myself known on the live chat. And I was respectful of his channel. I didn't do no trolling. Like I be trolling on damn near every chat. I just out of the respect that he showed me, I went on his channel, just went, and I'll drop by one day and join the panel, but I was respectful of his space because I knew that's not the space to be doing all that trolling and all that stuff. And you know I love to troll. And you know I love to just I like to challenge people on that, but and challenge other people's perspective. But I kept it respectful. I respected his space, all that, just because I just like how he did it. And he was like, and he's in his 50s. And you know how usually older heads are, they don't want to, you know what I mean? So I had to respect him for that. But it seems like, yeah, the trad cons, they just, yeah, they just they really disappoint. A lot of the trad cons, they disappoint me, particularly like the really famous ones. And I'll say, like, with Riley Gaines, she has a good program going on. Like, she made sure she got married early. She got a good, she got a good program she ran. She got a good program she's running. But I'm not saving women's sports because Transformers have decided to take over. That's crazy, especially after you voted this in. That's not gonna happen. But anyways, let's keep playing this. I'm gonna keep playing this real quick. Oh, there's 30 seconds left.
There's stuff on the floor. I'm good. Huh? Nah, just. Yeah, I got ID. Is it possible? Is it possible if you cannot like say anything out loud, like personal information, because this is live right now. Everything's been live. I want to keep it on for my safety. Okay. It's audio and video recorded right now on our cameras too. So I'm gonna read it out loud. Okay. I can mute the mic. Perfect.
Okay, cool. So he had to mute the mic, and of course, the male cop, the simp that he is, why don't you turn off the cameras? This whole ass. Anyway, gotta be cursing on my stream and stuff. Stop it. So I guess there's more videos of the situation, but yeah, like you young streamers, dog, you Twitch streamers, you young kings in the making, especially you young black men. You guys don't understand your position in life. Like, you're A-list. He probably doesn't understand this. Because a lot of ninjas, they're looking at the money, they're looking at the clout, they're looking at the money, but they still think that, oh, we're just internet famous. But people don't understand, internet fame is now you're the A-list celebrity. So now, not Limit J, he doesn't understand. He's higher than most of the dudes in Hollywood. He's making more money than most of the dudes in Hollywood. These streamers are making way more money. Like you heard what T-Pain said. He said, once I started streaming, I made more money streaming than I ever did in my music career. And T-Pain, people don't even realize T-Pain was a hit maker. He was making all the hits in the 2000s, a pioneer in the rap game. Oh, like this is a pioneer. People don't like for real with the auto tune, but he was on every hit, making hits after hit, and he's saying I made more money streaming on Twitch in this short span of time than I ever did in the music industry. So this is the avenue now. This is the A-list. If you're a Twitch streamer, you're a popular Twitch streamer, you're the A-list star now. So as an A-list star, you need to have an A-list girl, meaning a A-list quality girl, an A-list character type of girl. You know what I mean? Oh, so this is the full video. So this is the full video before the cops come. All right, so this is the full video right here. So we can see who this woman really looks like right here. Hold on for a second. So we see who this girl really looks like right here.
You still throwing shit, weirdo? Why are you still throwing shit? Like you're doing the most.
Ooh.
Don't do that. Oh, you do that, you're going to jail. Yup. Much nah. On my PC and shit.
He has a straggle, very fair-skinned girl. He has like a straggle, fair-skinned girl. This is like the type of broad that you see
On my PC.
that kind of like you that's the type of broad you see at the drive-through at Dunkin' Donuts. No disrespect. Those that's the type of girl that you see that's like that's the type of girl that like me and Ainsley would had work with back in the day. That's the type of broad like you got to leave her at the Burger King drive-through where you left her. No disrespect to her, but that's her level. She's not supposed to be coming up with you. No disrespect. No, respectfully, she's not supposed to be up there with you. This is the type of broad you see, you know, at like if you working at like Wendy's or something, and you kind of flirt with a chick like that, you probably might smash her, but that's because that's kind of the level that both of y'all are at. But if you're making a certain type of money, you gotta leave a girl like that behind. She's not ready because the way that she's treating him, that's a no-go. In public, even in private, you're not supposed to be treating your man like that. But in public, to act like this, no.
Don't do that. Oh, you do that, you're going to jail. Yup. Much nah. On my PC and shit, for sure. I don't know this person.
Yeah, she's just so in the beginning, she's just throwing water. She was just throwing water, throwing stuff at him and all this stuff, accusing him basically of cheating and all this stuff. Like, yeah, these broads are not, they're not trained. they're not trained. She's not trained, bro. All right, so here's the video right here. The video of the hour. Right here. So here you got young Dabble here, hugged up with his little cutie pie. You know, 17-year-old young streamer extraordinaire. He said broads can't even properly boil water. AJ said streamers also don't have the Hollywood handcuffs around their wrists. Production companies tell actors what to say and what to do. Streamers don't have to do that. Exactly. That's the pros and cons of being in that space. So yeah, because it's always felt like, man, these actors, they or these people in the industry, they can't never really say what they want, but at the same time, it was for their own protection as well, so you can avoid straggle situations like that. There's a reason why you'll have they'd be like, man, why do these uh um people cycle around the same women in the industry? Is because that they've been those are the women that have been vetted. They can't just take a regular broad off the street. Look at what's happening with these streamers. They just can't take a regular broad off the street. They can't. They can't. It's like having an untrained dog. He said she's the poster woman for below average. He said he got a drive through chick. Yeah, like that other dude, whatever that I showed you, that broad. Let me see. Hold on. Let me exit out of this. Let me show you the broad again real quick. Let me show you the broad again. Let's put that full screen real quick. Like that's like the type of broad you
You're
see.
doing the most.
Like that's like that's a Dunkin' Donuts working type chick, dog. That's so you gotta leave that behind, man. You gotta leave that behind. Yeah, I gotta say no disrespect from time to time because I'm not trying to say that she ain't ish, but respectfully, she compared to him, she isn't. She needs to be on her best behavior. She needs to be on her best behavior. She doesn't understand like he's the prize. But these hoes, they don't understand. Like I'm like, bro, you have one of the top streamers in the world. Do you understand? Not only because when he wins, he's gonna spend the money on you and he's gonna make sure you taken care of. Because not only you gonna win, your side of the family's gonna win. But they don't. But these whole like they when it's matriarchy, it's just feelings. It's just my feelings. That's it. Everything is prioritized around her and her feelings, bruh. And they don't even. She doesn't even understand the type of generational wealth. You know, even if she never even becomes the wife per se, she's still you straight. But the type he says this is the type of chick to tear up a Cricket wireless store. Facts. Let me see. Educated Tyrone said, I'm glad women think I'm crazy. Most of them won't put me in a position to harm them. Yo, yeah, if I'll say this, Educated Tyrone, like if the average chick go on your channel, they're gonna be appalled. They're gonna be appalled. Popeyes at best. Yeah, that's a chick you see at a Wendy's drive-through. She might be like cute to whoever dude is working over there. Like if you working with the chick, you might find her cute, but really she's just cute for that building. She's just cute for that building. You know what I mean? He said women don't know cause and effect. They also can't see the future. Yeah, they just like just idiotic. Anyways. Oh, I'm yo. Do you guys know who this chick is? I'm about to show you this. This joint is funny as hell. I'm about to show you that in a minute. But let me show you this video. So right here, you see young Dobie here. He's trying to kiss his chick, and she refuses him.
Give me kiss. Yeah. No, you can. With them loud ass fucking kisses, dude.
No, on the lips. On the lips.
Or if I kiss you on the cheek.
No, on the lips.
I kiss you on the cheek. I kiss you on the cheek.
Bruh, this is so cringe.
Why you always playing with me?
He looking dead at the chat because he know he's cooked. He's looking dead at the chat. He know he's cooked. He know he's cooked.
But yeah, like fuck, why can't you just kiss me, bro?
No.
Why?
No.
We've been dating for how long and I can't get a kiss?
You want to kiss? He got no lips.
Give me kiss.
Kiss.
Yeah.
No, you just.
Young man. For like, first of all, I don't understand why they bring their broads on stream. I don't know why dudes do that. And second of all, dude, you need to drop kick that girl somewhere else. Like you can get like, homie, you one of the top young streamers, one of the top 1% earners in the world. Dude, I could literally find this guy a white 30 a white bitch that will literally do whatever he says. I could literally find him a white broad. Like for free, mind you. I could actually find him a white broad for free that will literally do whatever he says. I'm talking about whatever he says. That's prettier than her, mind you. No disrespect to her, but I can literally find a broad and for his safety, maybe hire a broad, right? And you can get way more. And this dude can't even get a kiss from his bro. And she doing this to him in front of everybody in the chat.
Them loud ass fucking kisses, dude.
But I'll say this. This is the state of a lot of dudes out here, not only in terms of boyfriend, girlfriend. Like, dude, I know, like, I'll be seeing like a lot of these like marriage like threads on Reddit or like Twitter where women are, I'm talking about like wives will be talking about their husbands where the wives are telling like their husbands have to wear a condom with their wives. I'm like, what? This is the stuff I'm seeing on Twitter and like on these thread, the Instagram app Thread or Reddit or these where it's just common to say, oh yeah, like my he's like they're like my husband's not feeling it anymore. He doesn't like the condoms and all. Wait, I'm like the husband got to use a condom with his wife. I was like, what? I'm like, well, what are we doing? I'm like, he might as well. You might as well just be a single dude using escorts. If I gotta use a condom with my wife, not my girl, not like you're a girl that you just met or a girl you dating. I'm talking about your wife. You might as well just use the hookers. You might as well just what? I'll be seeing these threats. So a lot of these dudes that are in these kind of situations, they're doing this behind closed doors. Or like you like unfortunately like I'll grow up like when I was younger, because I would hear like these older white dudes and they'll be talking about like their marriages and stuff, and I'd be like, there's no way. I'd be like they'll be talking too, they'd be laughing about this stuff and they'll be like, yo, I earned points with my wife tonight. They'd be like talking about earning points. I'm like, what? I used to think, oh, that's just them. Not like this is like a real problem, dog. Pyro said most women know they better not touch my stuff or I will go full Chris Breezy on them. Oh man. Educated Tyrone with the Chris Brown lyrics. No, well, T-Pain, the T-Pain lyrics, technically, right? That was Chris Brown featuring. Yeah, that was Chris Brown featuring T-Pain. That's a song from the. Yeah, that's from like 2006. We're kind of showing our ages here. We kind of showing our ages here. That song from like 2006 or 2007. Get it with me. I remember those songs, man. That's crazy. Oh man. Like, yeah, shout out to Truth Hunter. He said after that, he should have pulled out a phone and said, "Time to replace you." Yeah, man. But like I said, AJ, you said this is a simp. But look, that kid, he's 17 years old. Darth Simpius. Actually, I had another nickname for him, but I'm not gonna repeat that. I'm not gonna repeat that. Simple juice. That's funnier. All right, that's funnier. That's funnier. I had a nickname I was about to give him. That's that. But the kid, he's 17 years old. He don't understand his worth. Like, yeah, like, dude, I could find him a chick that would literally obey him. What? She don't even understand. Like, she has no idea what she has. But the entitlement of the average 304. Remember, I told you what happened to Lamine Yamal, the best young footballer in the world. I'm talking about in the world. And this dude, this dude is fresh. He's during the trophy ceremony. His bitch is complaining, arguing with him. I'm like, what? I'm like, who's raising these broads? This is his trophy ceremony, and this bitch complaining about what is she complaining about? But like I said, like, because these older feminists, they have completely sabotaged, Gen Z girls, Gen Alpha girls, but particularly Gen Z girls, they've completely ruined them, completely. Like, it's crazy, absolutely wild. Yeah. But yeah, I've been educated. Tyrone said Pookie hit her raw. Why her hubby got to wrap it up for safety? Like, yo, these are the stuff I'm like. So it's common where the wife is forcing their husbands to wear condoms. Oh, I don't want because oh, I don't want another kid. They don't want because they don't want to get knocked up. I'm like, so don't you aren't you don't you know, like, your cycles, your stuff, your ovulation periods, what kind of birth control that you can take and stuff. What the but even still, then that's your job. But this is the stuff that I'm seeing, because I thought it was just like, because I remember I saw somebody, I was watching like a Coach Greg Adams stream, and somebody was talking about how their brother had to wear a condom with his wife or something. I'm like, what? And CJ said I'll be damned. And he even said in his marriage, he said, as bad as it was at the end, he said I never had to do nothing like that. So this is something like, wow, where basically, I guess the broads, they don't want to get knocked up, but I'm like, what? Your husband has to wrap it up, but all them dudes in college, and knowing how these women are in the streets, they don't like a lot of their encounters in the streets or with random people, they don't tell them to wrap it up. They don't. Most dudes are not using condoms in general. So for them to tell their husband to wear it, that's just wild. That's wild. Educated Tyrone said, Chris, I was crazy to women even when I was blue pilled. Yeah. Cause with me, when I was blue pilled, I was still like very like more like an idealist. So whatever you said, I held you to it, whether you were a man or a woman. And yes, I knew that women could do evil, but I thought it would just be like, oh no, that's just that's just this type of woman. I was very, very like an idealist in my thinking. Tyrone said, I'm an old head. I'm 36 and a half. Let me see. Young Doka asked the question. He said, do black boys slash men simp more and harder compared to other races? I used to say yes, but I think it's equal across the board. I think it's equal across the board. Because like white dudes, they simp in a different way. Like what black men and black boys do, they just go over the top on the simping, and they do a lot of like they do too much of the monkey stuff, if you know what I'm saying, to get like an average broad, and just to like ditch them right after, and they didn't even have to do the monkey stuff. They could just show they could have just showed up, right? Now, what Caucasian men will do is the way they will simp is um they 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 don't like what with Caucasian dudes, because usually they still shouldn't have in a pragmatic sense, they shouldn't have trouble dating pragmatically, but they really like white women. Like I think we underestimate how much white men love white women. I'm talking about they love white women, dog. They love their white women. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. They love their white women, and when they find one that they thinks really like think really likes them back, they drop all they 304s. They do all this stuff, and they basically choose their broad off that, and then they think like, or they'll think a white girl is cool and based and good up until they find out that that she slept with a black dude. That's where white dudes will show their simp card. That's where like white dudes will show their simp card. Like I'm talking about, they will be all in protecting the broad until they find out that she slept with somebody of another race, particularly a black man. That's when you'll start seeing white dudes like OD simp on that. Now with Hispanics, they simp, but it's kind of like an honorable simping. It's pretty honorable because at least like the stereotypes are true. They do be hard. A lot of them be really hardworking, and they'll do that job till they drop. Like for real, just for their family till they drop. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how they show their simping. And then Asians are kind of stuck in a conundrum because if they hold the line, people still make fun of them. If they don't hold the line, people still make fun of them. So either way, they're kind of in a catch-22. If you're an Asian dude and you have a problem getting women, whether you're holding the line or you're simping, you're gonna get disrespected either way. So they're just kind of in a catch-22. So I think it's kind of equal across the boards. But I used to think it was black men that would simp the most because they do the most over the least. Like black dudes will simp over the least like desirable type broad. They do way too much. They do way too much. They do way too much. Educated Tyrone said, as a collective, Brads are known for treating women like a princess, simping, and tricking the most. Yes, facts. Facts. This is true. This is true. This is true. Exactly, right here. So Educated Tyrone said, and S workers and women complain about black men not treating them right and being cheap with money. Facts. Exactly. But that's not like simping. That's just like those are just like negative. Those are just like those are just the pros and cons. When it just comes to just what kind of simping behavior that they do, that's a different story. But now educated Tyrone, he's talking about the pros and cons when it comes to different races of men. But yeah, I know like there's certain S workers, they will say straight up they avoid black men. And I understand. Let me see. Truth Hunter said her husband has to wrap it because it'd be kind of hard to explain him getting STDs while being faithful. That's another part of the story too. Yeah, like yeah. Yeah, I will say this to you. Shout out to Educated Tyrone. He said, out of all the incels, I think male cells are the most pathetic. I will say this. I agree. I completely agree. If you are a white involuntarily celibate man, that is a white. That means that is a man that refuses to date a woman of color. Because if you're a white dude, I'm talking about you could be an autistic, weirdo looking white dude. You could still bag a decent Asian chick. I'm not saying you can bag a 10, but you can still bag a decent Asian chick. Like I knew a white dude that was like autistic in high school, and you could say looks wise, he wasn't all there. He never, but with him, it was really, he never really kept clean. He never really kept himself clean. But he ended up going with this other uh black girl. He ended up going out with this other black girl who was autistic herself, but she was compared to most of the other autistic girls, she was pretty decent looking. She was not bad for him. That was like an upgrade because she was like a 4. She was like a 4, but for him that was like that's like him getting a 6. You know what I mean? If you're a white dude and you're saying I'm involuntarily celibate, that's just a dude that refuses to date Asian chicks or any type of chick of color. Like there's that is a dude that wants a white woman to love him for him, and he does not want to pay no money for punani. He doesn't want to pay for no escorts. He don't want to pay for no IG chicks, no strippers. That is a Caucasian involuntarily celibate man. That's why I always say like white incels are no threat because those are just dudes that refuse to date women of color because they can get a woman of color. They can. And I'm talking about a fairly decent one as well. But like I said, we underestimate how much like white dudes love white women. We like I'll say as black men, we underestimate it. Don't let them fool you on Twitter talking about, it'll be like a black dude dating a white chick on Twitter or Instagram, and they'll talk about, oh, black dudes, they begin the undesirable white chicks, but don't fall for it. they, they heart be broke. I'm like, why don't you just try a different type of chick? Or you'll have yeah, it's just like a white incel. That's just like I remember I saw a video 2 or 3 months ago where it was like a white race cell. That's like a branch of the incels, of the race cells, right? And he was trying to. It was a white woman. She was out with her Indian boyfriend or husband or whatever, and he's just going up to the couple like, why are you not? He's just going up to the girl. Why are you not marrying within your race? Why are you with this Indian dude? And the Indian dude is looking at the dude like, bruh. Like he thought he was like part of a prank or something. So he just went right back on his phone and acted like he didn't even exist. And the white girlfriend was just confused. like I said, like you could take even the most, like say the most racist white guy could still bag a fairly decent Asian chick. Trust me, like I know white dudes like that. I know in real life that they be saying some messed up stuff and they still be having like they still got like an Asian chick and they be saying the stuff that they be saying. Like even like nah. If you're like a white involuntarily celibate dude, that's just a person that that's a person he's just I want a white woman only. That's it. And she needs to like me for me. That's not somebody I'm gonna feel bad for. I'm not saying I'm not saying if you're a white dude and you dating a chick from another race, I'm not saying you're gonna get the best, but you're gonna get somebody. You gonna get somebody. You gonna get something. You know what I mean? You gonna get something. You it might not be the best, but you gonna get something. There's a lot of Asian dudes out here. They can't. I'm talking about. They can't. They're gonna. They got to go out their way. They got to do looks max. They got to get jacked. They got to do a lot. You know what I mean? Let me show you another video real quick. Let me show you another video right here. A bonus video. So right here, we got some streamers here. What's their names? Streamer Spliff Chuck tried going on a 2-man on stream, but it went wrong as the girls found the cameramen more attractive than them. Now, I know it's supposed to be funny, but this is highly disrespectful. You have these 2 5s. Like, yeah, you got like these 2 5s right here. You bring him on a double date on stream, and instead of just playing their role and enjoying themselves, they put themselves on the naughty list by trying to flirt with the by the cameraman working for the streamers. Try to flirt with the cameraman working for the streamers. These got to be the dumbest broads on God's earth. I don't care if you find the cameraman attractive. Now, if you just play your role on this double date, even if you end up hooking up with the cameraman later, you put yourself in a public audience, you play your part, you can set yourself up for success for your own channel, other potential suitors that saw you on a double date and saw you conduct yourself a certain way. I mean, there's no coaching. Yo, they need to be coached.
Why y'all cameramen look better than y'all? Not dead ass.
Wait, what?
Like what?
Y'all cameraman, like he's a better version looking at you, and he's a better version looking at you. Not dead ass. Dead ass though. Yeah, we cracking that. Like y'all like switch. Why y'all cameramen look better than y'all?
Bruh. Now you know what's awful? This is the awful thing too. This is the awful thing. And here's the awful thing about bringing broads on like this. These guys could get fired. The cameraman could have gotten like they might end up moving on from these cameramen over nothing later on in life just because of these broads. Just because of these broads. Wow. Like, because the problem is the problem is with the illusion of equality. They think they can talk ish like men talk ish. So they'll talk with men of higher status, like, oh, like we're equal and we're in the locker room. But really, these hoes need to keep their mouth shut. But you hear the accent, you hear the straggle accent. I don't know if you guys can hear the straggle in their accent. You know you hear how they talk, you know they for the streets. These women right here, they belong to Pookie. They belong to Pookie. They belong to Pookie. Now juxtapose, because the problem because white women are very crafty. They be like they be researching the people that they be going on dates with. they be they be doing research, PowerPoint, FBI investigation, making sure they checking their income and all that stuff to make sure they know what kind of dude they going on a date with. Straggle women, they will know who you are, but still treat you like a ninja and say stuff like this. Like this is the stuff that I expect like a broad to say to me. Like if I'm a like this is something I expect like a broad to say to me and my boy to just to disrespect me like that. And I have no but look, I got no money, I got no clout, right? But these people, you with some of the top streamers in the world, and you in here saying that the cameramen look better than them, telling them they got to switch. I'm like, this is before the date starts. This is during the date or whatever. This is during the date, and bruh.
Why y'all cameramen look better than y'all? Not dead ass.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
Y'all cameraman, like he's a better version looking at you, and he's a better version looking at you. Not dead ass. Dead ass though. Yeah, we cracking that. And like y'all like switch. Why y'all camera?
Tisk. Because I don't know, like these streamers, they be doing these segments where they be doing dates and having these broads on the. There's no, nah, I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that. I'm sorry. There's no way. I'm sorry. I'm not doing that. But the problem with women like this, they don't even understand the collateral damage of saying something like that. Those cameramen could have gotten fired. Like literally right after the stream, they're probably looking for the replacement as we speak. No disrespect to and yeah, they would be hating for doing that, but collateral damage. What we talk about on this channel, collateral damage. He said, Young Doka said, I'm not taking no disrespect from the effing eye candy. But that's supposed to, and I know what you're trying to say, but I'm like, that's supposed to be the eye candy? And the disrespect I'm taking from broads that look like that? Please. No way, no how. So these these young streamers, you know what I mean? I'm gonna, you know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna have to start a Twitch. And it's probably not gonna be like, and it'll probably be like sports related. The thing is, though, I don't have a PC. I need to have somebody be like, sit down with me and be like, yo, and help me with like this stuff and be like, okay, this is your PC, this is how you set up your camera and all this stuff. I would really need to hire somebody to help me set this up where I can be a Twitch streamer and just sacrifice 5 months of just putting content out there, playing video games. And that's the thing. I'm not good at video games. That's the thing. So that's why I'm like, I don't know if I can really do that. But you know, because man, shout out to Pyro. Pyro said, bro, these 304s would never talk to my homies like that because I know I would dog them on that video. And that's the thing too, like, you know, because they're streamers, you know, there's quote unquote nice guys and whatever. They think they can pull it. You know. Young Doka said, think of Steve Harvey making a dating show for himself. Then one chick is like, can I get a mic stand guy instead? I'm like, why would you even say that? I'm not saying don't think it, but why would you even say that? These guys, they probably go, yo, they probably looking for those guys' replacement as we speak. Just because these nothing as broads said what they said. This is the collateral damage when you're dealing with people like that, man. The real collateral damage. Pyro said, "It's too bad I'm not with you, Chris. I would learn the craft just to help you out." Yeah, like I need to find somebody to set it up. But first of all, I need the money to set all that stuff up. Second of all, I need to just focus. Maybe me and my cousin can start up something where we do a Twitch together. Because when me and my cousin, when we can make like we'll make like beats, whatever, and we'll like the rare times that we can collaborate, we can do great things together. But the thing with my cousin is I agree with like his vision is there. The problem with my cousin is, and I hope if he's listening to this, don't take it as disrespect. But the thing with my cousin is it's the bitches, dog, in his life. They add nothing. they they just add they add nothing, man. They add nothing. And I'm not saying I didn't directly benefit because my cousin done set me up with with broads in the past. But I'm just saying the women in his life, women in his life, they don't. He's like my cousin is a prime example of he's a dude. He's great. He's great with women. Like he's great with talking to ladies, but the some results of it, because maintaining women and having like you people don't understand when you have all these women in your rotation and all this stuff, it takes up a lot of energy, your time. You got to keep texting them. You got to make sure one of them is staying in their place, and then one of them don't want to stay in their place, and then one of them is threatening to shoot you and all. This is the problem you're dealing with broads. And I already know, like, if we were working together, I'd be like, because I know this is gonna be probably something like I would probably have an idea and then be like, no, but I gotta bring her this and I gotta bring because I don't want to clash over no hoes like that. That's the one I don't. That's like my biggest fear. You know what I mean? But like I said, if it wasn't for my cousin, I would even had started podcasting. My first my first podcast show, he gave me a shot. He videotaped me. You know what I mean? Like my cousin could like he started a TV show by himself. Well, he started a show by himself that a TV show from Zeus took from him and ruined. That's a whole other story for another day. Like he has the vision to create whatever reality he wants to, but it's the broads, dog. Like the broads, they and it's not like I don't want my cousin to look at this and be bitter towards the broads in his life. He just needs to cut off that dead weight, man. That shit is just the broads. They're dead weight, man. These fat bitches in your life, man, they're dead weight. They're dead weight. Cut that off and focus on your vision, whether it be through the music, which he can do, or through the entertainment, which he could do, through the podcasting, which he can do. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of young black men that could be going far in life if they would just cut off the fat bitches in their life that's offering nothing but other people's kids and just fat. Like for real. Truth Hunter, oh, it's my bad. Truth Hunter says they add headaches and drama. Why I prefer one night stuff. Exactly. You know what I mean? He said, I get you. Yeah. But yeah, I need, but like he would be the prime example person to help me out with this, but it needs to be. So if I were to do something like that, I would be all in. I'd be all in because I would have never thought. I would have never thought that I could be just talking about this stuff in 2022, and then in 2024 I got 2,000 plus subscribers. I would have never. I would have never thought. I would have never thought. like I'm dead serious. There's like no way. When I started doing this channel, I was just venting because that was just my therapy. I just didn't know it was gonna, and I was just like, let me just make a video a day, just see what happens. And really, I thought I was just making myself better for the camera for my cousin's pod, really, but like I believe my cousin would be like further if it was just the whole. It's just the hoes, man. They offer nothing. Hold on, let me show you guys something real quick before I leave. Let me show you that one post. So I don't know if you guys know this adult film star. If I can bring her up, what's her name? It's like Adriana something. Adriana Chech something. It's a very famous adult film star. Yeah, Adriana Chech. Jesus Christ, what's her name? Chechik, right? So she's gonna troll y'all for a second. But I find this funny. She has a Twitch stream herself, if I'm not mistaken. But this is funny. I found this funny. This is funny. But let her cook for a second. Let her cook.
I tried so hard. I tried so hard to get out of porn. And my pimp, he just like, I love my job. Was that too morbid of a joke? Was that a little too morbid? Was that a little too morbid for you guys? Because right after I started saying it, I was like, ooh, maybe.
I tell you, these broads are great actresses. Dude, the average broad can pull that off on you. The average broad. This is why I always say, like, obviously this was a joke. She's just joking, and she's just making fun of that stereotype. How like you have these broads, they'd be doing OnlyFans, and they'd be acting like they're a victim afterwards to gain sympathy. So she's just making fun of that. She's just doing a skit, right? But the average broad, they can pull it. Look how convincing she looks. She got the baggy eyes. She looked like she ain't got no sleep. Puffy eyes, red eyes. The average broad can pull it. The average broad can pull the wool over most men's eyes, dog. This is what I saw. That's what I took from this video. I know she was joking, and I found this funny too. But oh yeah, Adriana Chechik, she got a she does pornography, and she has a Twitch, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. But this is, I think, from her Twitch channel, whatever. So I hope she's making a bag off that. But this is how scared people don't understand, like that. The average broad can pull that on any dude. This is why I always tell you, you can't take what they say at face value.
I tried so hard to get out of porn. And my pimp, he just like, I love my job. Was that too morbid of a joke? Was that a little too morbid?
But that's crazy. Here's the thing. It's always that same story, though, isn't it? Isn't that interesting? It's always the same story. It's the same story. Look how easy she was able to just like, pull an example out. Young Doka said, remember Logan Paul's girl got passed around by by the Vine top tier girls. It's like all streamers love 304s no matter the race. And then on top of that, you got to understand with these streamers and these new A-list celebrities like the Logan Pauls, the Jake Pauls of the world, a lot of these guys, like let's take it further. Let's take it further. You see how like you see a lot of these you see a lot of these YouTubers and these streamers, they be getting caught with kids and these child predator stings, right? And what people don't understand is a lot of these dudes, a lot of them, not most, but a lot of them, they didn't have no clout when they was in high school, right? They didn't have no girlfriends or whatever in high school or middle school. So they're not used to that kind of attention. So they be trying to see how far they can go with this, unfortunately. You know what I mean? So this is another this is a this is this is another that's another part of the story people don't understand. Like, so you got these dudes, they're not used to that kind of fame that they don't even I don't even think a lot of them realize how famous they are. They're not used to it, a lot of them. So they don't know what to do with it. So um the one guy that does intrigue me a little bit is Speed. Cuz the way he moves, it's almost like somebody told him the blueprint of like what to do and he's been following the script. Because I'll see him off camera and it's you can tell that Speed character that he does, it's a complete character, it's a complete caricature. It's a complete character. That's not what he is. He's actually very mature for his age. Like I actually see him like when you see him off camera, you see the stuff that he does. He's actually very mature for his age, like very mature. Like it's almost like I don't know, like the guy. It's like somebody told him, like, look, when you hit this age, it's almost like somebody came with a time machine and told him, look, just do this, just keep streaming every day. By the time it hits the year 2021, 2022, you're going to be the most famous streamer in the world. Just keep doing this every day for 5-6 years. It's like somebody told him to do that and he's just been following that script. Just create a character and just you're going to be famous soon. You know? Truth Hunter said, rule of thumb, if she's crying, if there's crying, there's lying. Facts. Especially with women. Facts. And he said, since women don't like effing up their makeup. Oh yeah, Neon. Neon is a great example. Neon is a great example of a guy. He's just like he's not that the attention. He can act like he's trolling all he's want, but he doesn't. He needs help, and I can see it in his eyes. He needs help. He needs help. Like Speed, I'm not worried about Speed. I'm a little bit worried about Kai Cenat only because of the people he has around him, really. And his crew AMP, the outsiders are going to try to create division. Since Kai is the A-list guy, so they're gonna try to create division by saying that Kai made them all. So that's kind of what I'm worried about, and the jealousy that might come off of that. But Speed, I'm not even worried about Speed. No, which is weird because you see his actions, you be like, you're not worried about Speed, but I'm like, for some reason, like Speed knows what he's doing. I can't put my finger on it. Pause. But he knows what he's doing. It's weird, but I feel like he knows what he's doing. And plus, I've seen like him in the room with Aiden Ross, and Aiden Ross be doing stupid stuff. And Speed, I remember seeing a video where Speed had to tell like Aiden, like, yo, don't do that whole shit. And meanwhile, Aiden Ross isn't Aiden Ross like older than Speed too? But I've seen the stuff that Aiden Ross get himself into, and I'm like, man, Aiden Ross needs help, dog. Speed, I don't really get that notion from Speed. And with Kai, I don't really get it from Kai. It's just the people around Kai. I don't know. It feels like the people around Kai is gonna be Kai's downfall. and it's gonna be because of jealousy and rumors. That will be Kai's downfall. No disrespect to the young brother. I want Kai to do well, but I just know how the game works. Unfortunately, it's too obvious. Anyways, man, that's it for today in terms of my points. I did wanted to show you that bonus video of Adriana Chechik because I thought it was. I saved that video because I was like, it's just so interesting how they could just turn it on and off, and it just reminded me of Nala Ray, really, to be quite frank, when she did that, when she pulled that off. It kind of reminded me of Nala Ray, but but man, that is it for today. These streamers, they need guidance. They need guidance. A lot of them, they need guidance. Even Speed, he needs guidance. Because I showed you that video of Speed with a broad. So, shout out to Young Doka right there. He said Neon is way in over his head. Kai has too many cooks in the kitchen. Aiden Ross is an industry puppet, and Speed might just have the game down to a script. That is perfectly said. that is the perfect way to say it. That is the perfect way to say it, especially with Neon. I think Neon is he's way in over his head. He's just trying to just still keep it up for appearances, but he's in way over his head. Even like the stuff he'll say certain things for views, and he doesn't understand. Like you even, I know you're saying it for views, but you're not supposed to say that, dog. But with the position that you're in, just don't say that. Neon, he's in way over his head. That's the perfect way to put it. Yeah, Aiden Ross is a industry puppet. Yes, perfect. That's perfectly well said. And yeah, Kai, it's just too many cooks in the kitchen with the AMP squad. Something's gonna give. Something's gonna give. Something's gonna have to give. Unfortunately, that's just that's just how stuff like that works. I don't know if I would have like a squad. Like if I had like a house, we would put all of everybody in the house and we all start streaming. I don't know if I could I don't know who I would select to be 100 with you. I know people that I could trust, but I don't think they'd be interesting in streaming. They would be doing like their actual jobs, right? Like so like my college roommate, like he has like an actual like big time job. Ainsley has a job, right? Even though he plays video games, right? As well. Another dude, my boy, from middle school, he's still trying to get into the NFL. So he has a different focus. He's still like he's playing pro football right now, but he's playing what's it was a semi pro football, but he's still like he's really trying to get into the NFL. He's trying to get into pro leagues outside the country. He's really taking that seriously. So they have different like it's a different focus. Everybody's got to be in on it. Everybody's got to be in on it. Let me see. Young Doka says, crazy how Kai is the moneymaker, but Duke has all the girls on lock. Yeah. I mean, this is like, yeah. Like he's good with women per se, but I'm not worried about Duke. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not really worried about Duke. Duke, I'm not worried about. I'm worried about everybody else. You know what I mean? But it's not gonna be them being jealous of Duke. They're gonna be jealous of Kai because Kai is the face of the squad. I don't have to. Duke has his own program with the broads. But at the end of the day, Kai is the face. Kai is the one doing the Club Shay Shay interviews, like I saw today, right? So it's it's Kai. And at the end of the day, Duke said himself, he said, all I do is just go after the girls that want me. Simple advice, and people might think it's too, oh, but you're, nah, it's actually the best advice. You go after the girls that want you. If I did that earlier in my life, I'd be better with girls. I would have been better with girls if I followed that advice. And that's really the best advice that you can give somebody. You go after the girls that want you more. Now, with most guys, it's going to be hard, but because most women don't really want anything to do with most uh, guys, and for most girls, if they want to kind of give a guy a chance, they be giving like very weak hints and very weak signals, and as a guy, you're going to have to pick that up yourself, and that's only learned through by experience, right? And then at the same time, it does help that Duke has clout. You know what I mean? It does help that he has clout and he's has experience on the side, because Duke in his 30s? If I'm not mistaken, Duke is in his 30s, so he has experience on his side. He's either in his late 20s or in his like mid. He's either in his mid. I think he's in his early 30s, so he has experience on his side. So he knows how the game works on that end, you know. But like, yeah, like when it comes to the AMP squad, I'm not worried about Duke. Everybody else, Duke, whatever lane he decides. Okay, this is a weird comparison. Like, remember, Tyler the Creator had his Odd Future gang, that stuff, and the people that was in it, and people were trying to say like, yo, who's gonna be the biggest star out of all of them, and who's gonna be beefing? And I said the only person that I didn't have to worry about was Frank Ocean. The reason why, because I already knew he was gonna kind of like leave the group, but he already has his own lane, and he's gonna be famous in his own way. I'm not saying Duke is gay. I'm just saying like Frank Ocean always had his lane that he was about to be in, and he's gonna be fine. So whether, like, say if Duke ends up leaving the squad, it's not gonna be because of beef. It's because he's just gonna decide to do something different, and it's not gonna affect Kai's bottom line one bit, and Duke will be fine himself as well. I'm not worried about him. You know what I mean? But anyways, let me see. Shay says Shannon picks the best people to interview. Meanwhile, Skip gets more irrelevant by the day. Well, Skip overplayed his hand. And I'm not gonna say I feel bad for Skip, but Skip brought it upon himself because he thinks that because he brought Shannon Sharp on the show, he thinks he was a bigger star than Shannon. But Shannon has proven that his star power is way more. And Skip is starting to realize that the only reason why people watch First Take or Cold Pizza back in the day, Undisputed, was to see somebody rip him for his horrible takes. Like, Skip had some of the worst takes I've ever heard in sports media history. Like some of the worst sports takes you will ever hear came from Skip Bayless. So he kind of overplayed his hand. Yeah, I've seen Skip say some of the most nonsensical things. Like, and I remember watching Skip Bayless when I was a kid, dog. Like, I'm talking about when I was in elementary school. I remember coming home, watching Skip, and him saying things that even as a kid, I was like, that makes no sense. Like, I remember Skip Bayless used to hate heavy on Adrian Peterson. I'm like, I never understood. I was like, what did he do to you, dog? I remember he said Adrian Peterson is overrated. I was like, Adrian Peterson, he's a future Hall of Famer. What are you talking about? He's overrated. Like, I've seen Skip Bayless say some like, and then at the same time, like, he'll be like a big fan of guys like Tim Tebow or like Jay Cutler, like really average dudes. You know what I mean? Like pro wise in the pros. I mean, Tim Tebow was a monster in college, but in terms of, I'm talking about as pros, I'd be like, bruh. And really, what Skip fails to realize, people just kind of tune in just to see what what nonsense was he going to say next. And Shannon Sharp was the perfect catalyst. And but at the same time, Shannon Sharp was able to insert a different type of personality in the sports world. And on top of that, he already has credibility because he's a Hall of Famer himself, a Hall of Fame tight end, and not only a Hall of Fame tight end, a real pioneer of the tight end position, because we never saw anybody at the tight end position like a Shannon Sharp, before him. Especially at the size he was doing it, it's really impressive. Just at like Shannon Sharp at most 6'2". So he was really a wide receiver playing tight end, and he really, in the numbers he was putting up, it was different. It was different at the position he was at that position that he was doing it. It really had to where now because of Shannon Sharp, you had guys that were wide receivers become tight ends so they can get to get the numbers that Shannon was getting. Oh yeah. Oh, also yeah. Earl Sweatshirt. He said yes. Yeah. Odd Future. Earl and Frank. They're pretty good, folks. Yeah. Earl. Yeah. Pyro brought up Earl Sweatshirt. Yeah. He said Earl's mom just took him away from that group. Facts. Oh Lord, he put him in that island, whatever. Oh my God. I still got those videos where they did like the documentary of him being away from the group, whatever. That's crazy. That's crazy work. Anyways, man, shout out to you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in, man. Hopefully we start the year 2025 right. I will let you guys know if I do start a Twitch channel. I will let you guys know. But man, take it easy, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys. The Warband members that came in, thank you for showing me love. The usual suspects, thank you for showing me love. Hit me up on the IG. Thank you, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. Pyro says, by the way, Chris, I got myself a good mic, so I'm going to either do some streams again. That's good. That's what you need to do. That's what you need to do. Good job. You got to invest in, that's the number one thing I would say. You got to take the plunge and invest in yourself. Buy you a mic, buy you an audio interface to connect to your laptop or your PC, whatever you need to do. And now you can do streams off your phone too. And you can buy mics that can connect to your phone. It's a different type of game now. But man, thank you guys for tuning in, man. Talk to you guys I think tomorrow, or I might just drop some videos, but we'll see. Thank you. But there will be content tomorrow. Definitely. Take it easy, guys.